isn't it amazing? I've learned a lot by, observing people on here, how to be an authoritarian. So,
all hail Michelle. She is our queen. She is our queen.
I didn't zoom in. Hang on. I did not zoom in.
Okay, whatever you did, you just, shadowed.
Oh, they kicked me.
Well, you can get a pretty sweet setup.
I mean, I want more people to come in so I can throw them out. I mean, that's the whole point of having the room, is just that people can come in, and then I can tell them, shut up, you're not allowed to talk, and
See all these niggas in relationships, not the niggas that be playing.
Adorama.
Yeah, the round was cool too. Yeah, beaches and business. Like some shit go down, if people start rioting, found myself somewhere else.
Okay, here it is. The Skywatcher Star Adventure GTI mount kit. Comes with the mount, counterweights, tripods. $740. It's a little more than I thought it was. Don't know if the price went up. I see. It includes a bunch of little accessories, the power adapter, cables.
It's like, and like the one thing I'll take from this app is it's prepared me to deal with all type of personalities. You know what I mean? Like I'm just.
That's
like
that
price per hour just to hang out, and then like anything else is like technically extra, okay? And then like he's like, oh, I thought the escorting fee. Like, shut up. He's like, I thought the escorting fee was to like that, and they're like, no, that's just for my time. And then like he's like, if you don't want to pay it, like I can just call the police because he was having weed on the table, and that was how that went down.
Are you recording this?
Oh
no,
my god.
No.
He's in the room.
That's what it's off topic though, man. Don't laugh at me. Shut up and everything. I get cast out. I want to ask you a question. You gonna tell a moderator you can't ask me a question? You're just gonna take over my room and just dictate how I'm gonna operate my room? If I come in one of y'all rooms, y'all can kick me off the stage for being disrespectful and rude. I was about to kick you off, but my finger hit the wrong button. So I'm gonna give you another chance. I want to ask you a question. I am going to ask you a question. If you can't answer the question and follow my rules, then you can go to the bottom. But answer my question first. Yeah. And then you can continue on. My question is, what did Paul mean when he says in verse 14? But when I saw that they walked not uprightly according to the truth of the gospel. What does that mean? What was the truth of the gospel? The truth of the gospel.
Hello?
Means that it was not anything wrong with not following the Mosaic law, which prevented them from eating with the Gentiles. What does that mean? The Mosaic law was no longer something that they followed tooth and nail. It was no longer relevant to their being righteous in the eyes of God. Do you have a different understanding of verse 14? Now, answer that and continue on.
So like you king, I'm here if you need me to read too. But
no, I want Johanna to respond. Did you hear what I just said?
Yes, King. I heard what you said, and I heard.
Okay, respond to that, and then respond to that, and then you can continue on. I want to hear what you have to say about where they walk not uprightly according to the truth of the gospel.
Right.
Again, according to the truth of the gospel is that they did not have to follow the law of Moses in order to be righteous in the eyes of God. That's what I interpret that to mean. There was nothing wrong with them eating with these Gentiles, which the law prohibited. There was nothing wrong because they were no longer considered righteous by following the law. You got a different understanding of that? Let me know.
Right, I see your position. Right, so the truth of the gospel, right, is, and I'm going to answer this question, right, this is Psalms 119 and 151.
Now, wait a minute. Why the Psalms don't apply to the new covenant? I want you to just read this narrative here and tell me what these men, hundreds of years later, meant. What did he mean at this particular point in time in history? Not 5,000 years before. What did this man mean at this particular point in time when he was speaking?
Can you let me finish? And can I answer the question?
Yeah, you can finish. You need to answer the question. Stop trying to run away from the question. Don't go 1,000 years before and tell me what somebody else said. We're not talking about what somebody said and what they meant 1,000 years before. We want to know what Paul said and what he meant by what he said when he said what he said in this scripture.
So, all right, so I'm going to read, and I would just, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to read the scripture because this is my answer, and I'm going to break it down to show you what Paul was meaning, and that's literally what I'm trying to do. So just let me finish it, King, and I can explain it to you. I'm going to read the scripture, and then I'm going to break it down.
Verse 14. Verse 14.
Yes, the answer to verse 14, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me finish, King.
Don't go to another.
Hello?
And I just farted.
Did cum come out of your butthole?
No, I think little shit.
يا وش تقرا انت وقتها وشنو يديلها بلا شيء
لا كنا كنهضروا انا قلت غادي تعاود بزاف انا نعاود نفكر كنعاود
لا نفكر ما يمشيش ليا انت كتقول لي لا احنا كنا كنقولوا لي دو جون بوفي راه بكري انت فاش كنا كنشد وحده ما نطقوباش وتحيد لك عاد السروال كتبقى بالكيلو تشرك كتبقى بالكيلو ما كتحيدش كيلو والله ما تحيدوك سيريو فاطمه قسما بالله جو تري سيريو كتقول لك شوف نحيد لك الفوق والتحت ما نحيدوش كتبقى بالكيلو ديالها وتشد دير لها 3 شوف واللوندوما عاوتاني تجي دير لها 3 ديك 3 كانت اون فاكتور باش الله الوطن الملك كنا مسمينا الله الوطن الملك شوف حق الله العلي العظيم وني علاش باسكو ما كانوش لي سيت بورنوغرافيك ما كانوش تشوف الا كنتي شونسو في التسعينات كتكون عندك كاسيت بورنو وعطيو كاسيت بورنو تيلمون شافت في مشرطه عرفتي كيبان لك عنص ترمى فهمتي كانت وحق الله كدر وكتشدها كتمحلها سيتي شوف تجي عندك لاسمين كلها ماشي مشكل دابا راه واخا تجي عندك نومي كومبير تجي عندك اللي بغات مونيكا بيلوتشي غدير لها واحد وتنعس فين هي لا فين
دابا راه كنهضروا على لو ميم سوجي دابا ملي غادي تجي عندك وحده ودير ليها واحد وتنعس الا كنتو نتوما ساتيسفي واحد ولا بجوج اكوا سي غتمشي
السلام عليكم جايز كفايه
ساتيسفاكسيون خير عطوس
والله لا
دونك تو يي ساتيسفاي
اش مالك الكلب ديال الاسكانر والله لا سمعت واش الاسكانر عطوس وي
تيجاني كنهضروا على الطبابينه تيجاني كنهضروا اسكانر شي واحد التصويره اخويا نسيت لك في واتساب
شوف
لا ساتيسفاكسيون خويا بوكو بحال لا سوسيتي. انا انت كيديك ساندويتش واحد انا خاصني 3 4 باش نشبع. فوالا الله يرضي عليك بلاتي. دونك غدا ولا بعد غدا ماشي انا الا كليت ساندويتش يوميا راه غنشبع، انا خاصني نضرب 3 4 باش نشبع. هذا هو الفرق بيني وبينك.
متفق معاك. دونك الا كان واحد الانسان شبعان بواحد ولا بجوج
ساندويتش واحد انا ما كيشبعنيش الا واحد.
ما كنقولش لك انت، كنقول لك الا كان واحد الانسان دار واحد وجوج وشبع، فين هو المشكل؟
المشكل هو هذا.
Go.
First room, I'm gonna be giving out IQ tests to all anti-vaxxers. And depending on how
Did you hear that? That was fucking good content. That was funny.
Do it. Let's go. I'm there, man.
Hey,
Sign me up.
Bobby, you're pretty intelligent. I like the way you came with that and just put it in perspective. Thank you for that, Bobby.
Well, as Dr. Copeland, Eugene, is aware, there's really no real studies that compare vaccinated and unvaccinated kids. And so...
Fucking fuck.
Just to find my way as a madness.
تقلب على فونتازم ديالو. واضح؟ وي واضح الفكرة. سير كوكو أنا ساليت. صافي ماشي اللي بغيت نقول لك. دونك ماشي ما عندوش لاكسي.
صراحه انا ما فهمتش فاطمه الزهراء مزيان.
أنا فهمت على
تشرح لنا اخويا.
were the first creators on Chatter. So he had them there, and everybody's hanging out, and he basically had a Clubhouse style, although at that point it would have been a Chatter style, open conversation, and the debate was happening in person. Everybody was laughing their asses off, having a good time. It was in person. I think they had to moderate times at some point because everybody was going a little crazy. We couldn't hear from anybody. And then at one point I turned to Jonathan and I said, "Yo, Jonathan, dude, you guys didn't even launch Chatter yet. How are you having a Chatter hangout?" And Jonathan said, "Dude, don't talk about it. It's coming." So they had a hangout for everybody to get together and have an in-person conversation and still hadn't launched Chatter. So I found it kind of funny since, there's been a couple of little delays and some people are like, "Come on, man, when's it coming?" We're all excited about it. And they decided to do an in-person thing. So when I woke up, I was like, first of all,
do you guys ever stop chattering about Chatter? You do realize it's just gonna be
for the first creators to get in there and have some in-person connections, man. I think that'd be so cool.
Do you guys ever stop chattering about Chatter? Oh my god.
talking to y'all, he would completely have a problem with this. Why are you talking to him? Why you, like, how do you know that?
Get rid of all of script here.
What'd you say?
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. You know what? See, this is why we can't never get the fuck along. I'm back on your motherfucking ass. You always talking shit.
Oh my god.
You know you want to be my fucking friend. You just don't know how to fucking act. Go to him.
That nigga is sending out applications for
You turn tall.
your ass, you apple
Best friend. You need your best friend. Is that the problem? You want us to be besties?
Oh, hell no. So y'all control everybody?
I'm a better friend than I am him, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm a better enemy than I'm a friend. I'm a fuck over.
You ain't gonna fuck over shit, nigga.
No, it's about friendship.
What? Telling you to shut the fuck up? That's not hard to do. I've been doing that.
Where did it get you? Nowhere.
It got us both yelling and not speaking. So, I mean, and being petty. It don't change.
You got control the fact and I hated that.
You ain't packed me up for that. You hear me? You ain't never. Let me tell you something, Mooch. You ain't never packed me up. A nigga with a 10 mustache can't pack me up. I'm sorry.
In your PTR, is that what you showed Carlos?
Yeah, you are not.
Mm-hmm.
Danny look better than you. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's your opinion.
It is.
So yeah, look at that, my dude. Suck his dick.
And would.
That's right.
Oh my god.
And would. And would. That doesn't say nothing. We all know I only came in the projects to look at Demi. I ain't never come in the projects to
So
look
you
at
never said that you're offended now.
She came for the bitches.
They didn't have none. They chased them all away.
No, the fuck you did. I'm like, that's not live. That's not live.
Not chase them away.
Shit. Y'all was trying to shoot them bitches in the head to get them up out of there.
Let's get it correct. Folks couldn't just sit up in there. We cycle through you bitches all day like
You
revolvers.
bitches. First of all, let's be clear. Let's be clear. Me and Ray is untouched and around that bitch. So let's watch our battles, okay? Yeah, just because y'all ran the fuck through and tossed the fuck around don't mean everybody was.
How you gonna keep the rape with you, first of all?
Because I spoke for it.
But you can't, and that's what women be. You know what?
Huh?
What she can't do?
I can't speak for your pussy because I said we not ran through in the projects, but these niggas ran through.
No.
That just sounds good.
She can speak for that.
Ain't no fucking rape.
Hey, you? Hey, Bo? Shut up.
Wait, you missed it, Moody.
What happened? What I missed?
I proved everybody wrong, son.
You proved everybody wrong? What he did?
Go ahead.
Bullshit.
Nah. Chill out.
No, go ahead. I think it's quite entertaining. Go ahead.
Nah. Shout out to Ray, too, for putting me on that. You had me high on the list for number 3. That was right. Real nigga.
So
Number 3 what?
Wow.
So we were saying who we think was like the least
Oh,
messy.
question you.
Oh, Jim number 1.
I don't think you give a fuck.
Well, we wasn't talking to you. We were talking to each other. Thank you.
Who was the most messy? You give a fuck.
You might be number 2.
Don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I think that
I'm not the most messy.
1 and 2.
I'm not the most messy. It's not messy when you go and deliver
You're right.
the fucking bullshit.
Calm down. You're right. You're
What
not.
you do is messy. Coming on like, oh.
Number 1. Whitebeard is number 2. If Gumbo...
Bankos is number 3.
Man, give that nigga number 3. Y'all be acting like y'all fucking scared.
They can't, bro.
Nah, Gumbo's up there, though.
No, I'm not. What did you say? What?
Nah,
never loved Messi.
Oh, Lord.
Damn.
Wake it up.
I will say this. I think that Danny is the least messy. Then Mooch, he's not that messy. He's just reckless as fuck. That's the thing. He's not really messy. He's just reckless as hell. But his brother is messy as fuck. Sure. Oh, Hope is messy. Yeah, like him and Gumbo neck and neck on that messy shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, both messy. You gotta remember, man, I used to be in privates. He was in the privates, and so the fuck was you. Niggas be messy. Yeah.
I wasn't in those problems.
No, you was in a couple. He was in a couple. But I would say Help is more messy than Gumbo.
What?
Help is more messy than you.
I'm not messy at all.
I said
She did it perfect.
I said you're not really messy, you're just reckless as fuck. You're not messy though.
Yeah, my middle name used to be reckless, but I changed it. I didn't like how it looked on the papers. You want reckless, just don't have no right to it.
Now what is it, demonic? Figured that. So, if Hope's name is after God and your name is Satan, don't that mean you're his son?
No.
Well, he was God like a week ago.
Why did you change it?
And then for some reason now he's Satan. Boy, I swear he scared me a few days ago. He kept following me around. I'm like, who the fuck is that? I didn't know it was him.
He said the devil's on your shoulder. Hey, Chanel.
What's poppin'?
I'm chillin'.
Good morning.
When niggas be looking down at their pictures, what do y'all be looking at?
What are you even talking about? Could you please explain to me what the fuck you even been talking about for 40 fucking minutes? Hello?
Zen, hello? Are you okay?
Hello?
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 Zen Powell?
Hello?
Hello?
Please.
You okay?
Please.
Zentel, I'm going to place you.
All communication is...
یه دونه جول داریم یه دو جول داریم اون دو جوله سر ترکیبی تره انگار آره من
مثلا اطلاعاتی که نداره که یه ماشین ماشین لعبانه که اینکه همه خیلی عشق میکنن که چیزایی که وجود داره رو میگرده اگه وجود داشته باشه یه طرف میگه وجود داشته
من میگه برای فرهنگتون ربط داره کاسکش فرهنگمون رو دولی کرد
یه چیزای عادیه دیگه یه دونه دیگه وقتی نقشه پیدا کنه یه سری چی میگن دیفالت داره جمله دیفالت داره پس برای همه چیزا میذاره یه سری جمله ثابت داره میذاره وقتی نقشه پیدا کنه
سیستم ای آی خیلی آشیه میره شروع میکنه آره بابا حالا کامران من به خاطر درسم خیلی استفاده میکنم بعد میبینم مثلا 3 صفحه نوشته میگم کسکش همه اینا رو خلاصه شو من بگو نمی‌فهمم همش رو
بعد معذرت خواهی میکنه میگه ببخشید الان خلاصه داداشو براتون ارائه میدم. بعد میاد نگی بهش نمیفهمه. یه کتابی داشتیم توی راهنمایی بود چیز فنی حرفه‌ای چی بود؟ حرفه و فن اومده بود یادم مثلا اومده بود کار با پلیس رو مثلا بعد چی؟ مثلا 60 دفعه مثلا کار درسته یادم توضیح داده 20 دفعه توضیح داده بعد نمیشه در بود چی هم حالا فکر چیه مثلا پلیس میگن آدم چرچیلیتی هم اینجوری شده حالا کامران ما حرفه و فنمون معلمون راهنمایی بود این کسکش چشاش چپ بود بنده خدا بعد بغل دستی من فوشی داد نه یادم نیست چی بود فوش بدی داد و این فکر منم اصلا از همه جا بیخبر اومد بالا سر من یه چک خوابون تو گوشم من گفتم گرفتم آقا برای چی میزنی منو گفتش برو بیرون گم شو بیرون بعد فهمیدم این کسکش چشاش چپه روز اول بود تازه اومده بود نمیدونست کتکر رو خوردم منم لیو ندادم دیگه بگم مثلا اون بوده دیگه گفتم این کسکش اینطوریه کلا این آدمایی که چت میزدن میذاشتن یا پرورشی یا معلم ببین سمت راست کلاس رو میدید به چپ منفی میداد خانم کسته مثلا ما رو نگاه میکرد راست مثلا ما گفتیم ای بر مثلا میخواد به اونوری منفی بده میدونستیم دیگه وقتی ما رو میدید یعنی میخواد به اونوری منفی بده جالب این معلم پرورشی همش هم بچه ها ما یه ناظم داشتیم کامران این کسکش هم بچه باز بود هم مدیرمون هم چیز بود خانم باز بود مثلا دارید که بچه ها گفته بود
And I didn't sleep well last night.
Yeah, that's really fucked up. How's the weather in Casablanca?
I don't know if I told you that I don't live in Casablanca.
Like you keep changing your city like every time.
No. I
come out, and it was only like me, like 3-4 other dudes, and it was like, so he called me, and I said I gotta see my son to get a haircut. He was like, yo, he called me like, yo, whatever, bro, was I brought a girl to my leaving? So this shit look crazy. I said, I don't know, bro, like, you know, what do you want me to say? You know, for you to bring people in. Yeah, like you know, of course.
Well, the kid, I thought he knew people.
He do, but he know people, but I guess he ain't got people that can really pull up and support him.
Nah.
Okay, so the nocebo effect is the opposite of placebo effect. If somebody takes a pill, it could be a sugar pill, and then they think something's going to go wrong, and the thought of it, you know, in many cases it goes wrong. I got a question for you. Can this be proof that thought can affect you? You know how you may be thinking about something that's coming up. Let's say it could be a bill, it could be a problem you got that's going to be really, really bad, but the problem hasn't actually occurred yet. It's coming at a future date. But just the thought of that problem can create something that's called stress. And when you get that stress, that can cause some type of illness. Is that a correct correct statement, Dr. Copeland, that stress can cause some illnesses? Can stress cause some illnesses?
It can, yes, as a possibility. It can.
So stress can cause some illnesses. Is it possible that just thinking about particular things that has not actually happened yet, but the thought of those things coming, can that cause stress, Dr. Copeland?
It can, yes.
Okay, got you. So
it is a possibility, yes. I'm gonna keep saying that. It is a possibility.
Is it likely to cause stress in some individuals, just the thought of something bad happening?
Yes. But
thank you, Dr.
But no framing, no. Yes, it can cause stress, but that doesn't mean that the stress is going to cause a clinical outcome. No, not necessarily.
Okay. It's so crazy. No, I'm not speaking of you. It's so crazy how, Diana, we can be having a conversation and people are adding so much more to what we're not saying.
All I'm saying is that I'm adding the NIH reports to Reiki and breath work and yes, even crystals, because thank God they exist, Dr. Copeland. And you said you would be writing my grant if I can prove it. So I'm betting on Chatter to bring this stuff so that you could see that it does work.
Send the paper, and I would love to see it. Send the paper, I would love to see
absolutely. I've been planning this stuff. I love it. I think that it is much needed.
Hello,
and
Dr.
look,
Vaccine.
I know that we're first of all,
I see you, John. You're next, John. Go ahead.
The NIH published that Reiki is actually working better than placebo, but here's the real thing that I'm excited about. It's not just about the placebo. I will, I'll send it to you. It's not just about the placebo effect. It's also about temptation.
Nelson, check your text, please. Nelson, check your text, please. Go ahead, Diana.
We have so much knowledge, but we still battle with the struggle of temptation. So some of these modalities like breath work and all this stuff, it just helps us make the right decisions. And they happen to be very great as a complementary way of healing ourselves. That's all.
Okay. I think John wants to say, John, were you trying to get in? Because I keep seeing your mic.
Yeah, clearly, yeah. The term that nocebo is called psychosomatic. So it's been proven in the psychological circles that somebody can think so severely and so deeply that they're suffering from an ailment that they start to take on the actual symptoms. They actually start to come down with the problem. When they hear it on the news, when they read it in a book, where they talk to friends about it, people in the neighborhood, and it all becomes very surrounding them, then they go into a high level of stress that drops the immune system. And they can actually, just like you said, it's the opposite of placebo. To get better, it's like the placebo to get worse. And so what happens is, it's been around for a long time. Psychologists know about it. It's a form of neuroses, and it's a circular logic that never ends. And it's very debilitating for people that have psychosomatic ailments, because they thought about it and they thought it was going to affect them, and then it manifests into the condition. So I'll leave it there. Thanks.
Thank you for that, John. And based off of my studies and the things that I've looked up, I've come to the same conclusion with what you just said. But I know Dr. Copeland, coming as a scientist, I guess if you can't put it in a what do you call it? Petri dish? What do you call that thing? It's
a petri dish, but it's not even that. Here's what I'm saying, and I want to be clear. If people have methodologies that can save, we got hundreds of hospitals with sick, dying children in it, right? I hear shit all the time. It gets kind of annoying, to be honest with you. Those children are dying, are probably going to die, regardless of what we do, unfortunately. A lot of them will. Nothing we can do. When I hear people say things like this, you want to have hope because you think there's hope. But you think there's hope because you haven't seen anything. Like you think there's hope because you want there to be hope. A lot of times there is no hope, bro. I'm not trying to be funny. If these methodologies are true and can be proven, Jerry, I'll tell you what I do, I swear to God. And you never heard me swear to God before, and I take this shit serious. If you can show me one of these methodologies that can work to do something to save a child's life, or like there's not a cure for something, but one of these methodologies works, bro. Whatever you need from me, you have it. If you can prove it to me, I will do whatever is within my power to get that shit to market. I will do that.
The thing is,
but it's not happening. Mm-hmm. That's the problem.
Dr. Copeland, that's like us saying someone took 3 bullets to the head, and there's no chance. We're not saying if that person got 3 bullets to the head, they think positive, but there are many things, though, Dr. Copeland, that can be going. Okay, what do you call it? Not the genes that what is the part of the body where something downgrades and it almost opens your immune system up where it can be possibly vulnerable to illnesses? I don't know if it's the. Do you agree? Okay, John, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you agree that I don't know if it's the genes, the cells, or whatever, something like that can, make you more vulnerable to illnesses by either strengthening or weakening your immune system? Do you agree that thought alone of just thinking of something could make that weaker? In other words, you're thinking of something negative, which causes anxiety, which causes stress. Is stress real? Do people really feel stress?
Yeah, stress is almost like, they say that inflammation, they also say stress, are two of the biggest precursors to just about any disease. But I'll also say this, there's a guy named Dr. Bruce Lipton who did this book and a series of work called The Biology of Belief.
No, I know well.
Yeah, and so I have a friend right here at Coronado, retired military, and he, through deep prayer and laying on of hands of the people in his congregation, he beat cancer not once, not twice, but 3 times, and went into full remission. And it's because those gathered around him believed he could be healed, and he was healed. And so that's just another avenue for this effect. So that.
Okay, thank you. I'll be brief.
No, can I just? I told you the rules in my room is whenever you want to speak, bro, just jump in.
No, but this is your room. I don't like to take shit over, but I just feel like I have to. I'm obligated to just speak on this, right? Let's look at what just happened. He quoted a book, which nothing in the book can be proven. Then he quoted an anecdote, also can't be proven. I can tell you right now, I'm riding on a unicorn. You can't prove that I'm not. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. See how slippery that slope got? We went from, of course, Ian, of course, all these things, of course, Ian, all these things. We're not saying that. And it went all the way down to people dying from cancer. If you go to church and people pray for you, you'll be healed.
That's not fair. That's not fair. Dr. Copeland, but you're framing it incorrectly.
I'm not framing it. I'm framing it in a way that's not convenient to your narrative.
No, Dr. Copeland, he's speaking of a particular situation. You're acting like he's saying the whole.
I'll rephrase. I'll retract and rephrase. How about that? Fair enough. I'll retract and rephrase it. Is that fine? Is that allowed? Okay. In this particular case, he has made an argument which is unsubstantiated that this particular individual went to church and beat cancer X amount of times. Right? I have no issue with prayer. I'm a devout Baptist Christian. I pray every day. Not an issue.
It won't let me accept.
Not an issue. I pray every day for all types of stuff. That's fine. No problem. I'm telling you right now, as a Christian, you think, and you're not going to like it, not that I care, if you think for 1 minute that you're going to, pray your way, think your way out of a cancer diagnosis, you got another thing coming. I've seen many people try it. I've seen many people fail. I've seen many people try it and many people fail. If it worked like that, bro, I'm trying to tell you, I swear to God. Because that's why I quit my last job, because I got tired of watching children die. I got sick of that shit. It gets on my nerves. Right? I'm telling you right now that if that was a possibility today, right now, I swear before God, I would do everything within my power. If you told me, hey, man, look, I can pray over them, it'll be fine. Man, whatever I had to do, bro, I'd devote my life to get you to the children's hospitals who can save some of these dying children. I just can't about it. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. But I'm sorry.
So I have an interesting question. Oh, go ahead. You first, Lee.
Dr. Copeland, you just said you're a devout Christian and you pray every day. But if you pray every day, you obviously believe in the power of prayer. So it's a little bit of a contradiction. So do you believe in the power of prayer? Or you don't?
No. It's not a contradiction because I have a very realistic view of the Bible and Christianity. When Jesus was on the cross, what did he do? Since you know your Bible, let's talk about it. What did he do? He prayed to God, right? His Father, right? Father, let this cup pass from me if possible, but let your will be done, not mine, right? What happened? He died anyway. In the garden, help me out here, man. Suffering a little bit. They're about to come get me. Help me out. Nothing. At some point, we have to bear our own crosses. This is not a fairy tale book. This is real life. I can give you 1,000 instances in the Bible of the most devout
You
people on
can,
this
but
planet.
one second. Let me ask you something.
Yep, I know it's not convenient.
No, Dr. Copeland, I'm moving in a different direction. I got a question for you. And I don't, okay. So look, I just looked something up and I'm just gonna read to you. So stress response, okay? Negative thoughts and emotions can trigger the body's stress response, leading to the release of stress hormones like cortisol, and prolonged elevation of cortisol levels can have detrimental effects on various bodily functions, including the immune system and cellular health. Do you agree with that statement that I just read, Dr. Copeland?
With qualifications, I do.
Okay, now listen. Inflammation. Chronic negative thinking can contribute to a state of chronic inflammation in the body. Inflammation is linked to a wide range of health issues, including cardiovascular disease, autoimmune disorders, and certain types of cancer. So I'm sure you do agree that inflammation in the body and inflammation is linked to those things. I'm sure you agree it's linked to cardiovascular disease, autoimmune disorder, and certain types of cancer. You agree with that, right?
With qualifications.
With qualifications. Okay, but look. So, and that can be caused or exaggerated, if that's the right word, by chronic negative thinking, right? So is it possible if negative thinking and chronic negative thinking can cause inflammation to get worse and can cause stress responses that can trigger the body's stress, response, et cetera, is it possible that the exact opposite can have the exact opposite effect, Dr. Copeland? Is it possible for whatever context you want to put it in?
Let me finish so I can answer.
Okay. Can we play a game though? And the game is standing. The game is standing.
No. The game is going to be I'm going to answer the question or I'm not. That's what be the game.
Yeah. But let me tell you what you do. You start bringing some logical fallacies in where you'll start explaining other. No, let me tell you what you do.
It's fallacy, but go ahead.
You know I say words funny, but so answer the question I asked you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. The answer is yes. Listen very close.
You just said yes.
Jerry, I know this is how your mind works, and this is why I'm glad you're not in a clinic anywhere that has anything to do with anybody's health, because you get a lot of people killed thinking like you think. Look, with qualifications, if you have a very stressful job and you have high blood pressure, that's very true. If you reduce your stress, you can legit send your blood pressure in remission without any medication. That's facts. That's absolutely true. It could also be true that you can have genetic forms of hypertension. It don't matter what you do, you're still gonna have hypertension. Which, by the way, about 8% of Black people have, by the way. Just so you know.
I know. A doctor told me that when I went to the doctor and he put me on blood pressure medication, he said the exact thing you said. And he said, get used to it. Then I went to another doctor, a naturopathic doctor. She said, let's ignore him. She said, you got some stress going on. I started removing that stress and eating better, and my blood pressure's been perfect. So I agree with you, sir.
I got you. Jerry, look, here's what we're going to do. This is fine. It's not a problem. I will let you have your fairy tale reality, and I'll have my realistic reality as a person who actually works in the field, and we can just leave it at that. You're not going to understand what I'm saying. You're going to refuse to understand it, and that's okay. I've accepted that. It's okay. I accept it.
Let me tell you, I rock with you, but let me tell you it's not fair what you're doing. You're not picking what I'm talking about. You're going to some extreme measures. You just admitted that stress can cause high blood pressure. But then you went on and said someone who's like, I don't know, predisposed to it or inherited or whatever is different. I'm not talking about those people that can't be helped. I'm talking about the people who can be helped by positive thinking. Is that possible? That's all I'm saying. Is that possible? Is that possible? If it's 100 people and it helps 5 people, if it helps 10 people, that's better than nobody, Dr. Copeland. That's all I'm saying. You're going to the extreme. Of course I know there's some shit that just can't be helped. Of course this person's at stage, whatever, it can't be helped. But what about that person who's not there yet? But their body just starts to slowly weaken and weaken and weaken month after month, year after year after year from chronic stress, from just thinking the worst in everything and having faith in what can go wrong instead of faith in what can go right.
Hey, Jerry, whenever you can you
Yeah,
get
I'd
a
like
piece of that?
to ask a question, Jerry, as well.
Go ahead, sweet. Go ahead, sweet. And one more time, everybody. I want to welcome everybody to So we good? We good? Just text if we good. I want to welcome everybody to Mini Marathon, and I'm going to try to bring a couple more people to the stage. And yeah. So go ahead, sweet.
Yeah, and what about those people that the medicine, the doctor world has? How many stories have we heard where we can't do anymore? There is absolutely zero, nothing we can do. You might have a week, you might have a day, you might have a month. I don't know, but we've done all we can do. There's nothing that can be done anymore. Absolutely, it's inevitable. We're looking at the DNA, we're looking at the biopsies.
Let me build with you, sweet. Let me build with you, sweet. If you can't pull these people in and prove it, it's a lie, sweet, to some people. No, sweet. If you can't pull them in and prove it, it's a lie to some people, sweet. But go ahead, brother.
Yeah, so we've heard those stories, and then we know too many books, too many relatives, too many friends. We've heard too many third-party stories. We got some actual facts. So individuals heard it from their loved one. They watched their loved one from that point on still alive, or they went another year, or they went another 6 years, and a lot of them, oftentimes, there's real anecdotal stories. Many of them I've heard. Now, I don't think I've heard all of them on the planet. I got some tight circles. I know a lot of people, but I don't profess to know everybody. But I hear it quite often where they say they changed something. They begin to add in what the sister was talking about, I think a little earlier. She was talking about, and with John, they begin to add in, and I watched asthma disappear among certain people when their thoughts changed. I've watched that. I can tell you personal stories about my sister versus me. We both had asthma growing up. Some same circumstances, grass around in the plant. But I watched how her situation got more chronic, and I know where her mind is about things. I know a certain thing about just shifting some thoughts in my own mind to where the calming down effect. It's just to relax and let some things be and accept certain things and just not think about it and watch how the breathing came back, especially in the COVID conversations. How many probably, oh my God, and it just exacerbated the heart rate and this and that, and it was like the mind played a big role in their health, in their diagnosis.
Sweet, I totally agree, man. And I think part of the reason is that the mind and the body are connected. And one of the problems with modern Western medical approaches is they kind of leave out anything that can't be put on a piece of paper or done in a study by a pharmaceutical company or is funded by a pharmaceutical company. And yet they'll believe in things that are total mysteries and unknowns, like a brand new vaccine that didn't actually protect or help anybody. So I know Dr. Copeland won't agree with that one. But so what's interesting is exactly what you're saying is true. There are people who have sleep anxiety. They start to get really bad nights of sleep. They start to have insomnia. And then they get so anxious about falling asleep that they actually create anxiety in their mind about falling asleep and make their sleep even worse. And it gets worse and worse and worse until, for many of them, not the pharmaceutical pills that just knock you out and don't give you actual sleep, but their own choice to stop focusing on the fact that they're not sleeping reduces their sleep anxiety, and suddenly their sleep starts getting better. This is something that, for anybody here who knows people with sleep problems, the more you focus on the sleep problem, the worse it gets. And then as you focus less on it and focus more on other things in your life, typically positive things, your sleep begins to get better. Now, there's still physiological aspects to it. You have to have the right minerals. You got to have a good nighttime routine. You got to make sure your circadian rhythm is right. You got to be eating the right foods and not the wrong ones before bed. And there's all these other aspects. But the mind does play a role. So it may not be the only distinguishing factor, but I don't think, this would be a terrible doctor in my view. I would never hire this doctor. I would prefer somebody else. Any doctor who isn't at least trying to help a patient feel hopeful and positive and good so they can have the willpower to at least try a little harder to get through whatever it is they're going through, whether it's some kind of therapy or surgery or some kind of recovery process. Yes, willpower plays a role just like it does in anything else. So I don't see what the problem is at all with giving people hope. Now, I'm not saying just give people blind hope about things when there's a practical element to it, but there's nothing wrong with telling somebody who's going through something that things can be better. Things will get better, especially if you give them the power to make decisions and have a say in the process so they feel like they're doing something and they're in control. The truth is you're not always in control, but there's so many mysteries to that aspect. What the hell is wrong with telling people they can do it and that things can be all right, even if they're not, because we have examples.
And then you know
people,
what? You know what?
People who do make it. So why, you don't know who's going to be the miracle.
Right,
so why
right,
not give
Bobby.
everyone the chance at a miracle?
Right, and you know what?
I want Frank to talk because I don't know if he's criticizing with his melty happy face.
Bobby, you can't hear me, Bobby? Just.
I hear you. Yeah.
One second, brother. I agree with everything that you were saying. And I don't know why. I don't know if Dr. Copeland's going to tap out now because, if you want to jump in, Dr. Copeland, I'll let you.
No, it's not, brother. It's not tapping out. Again, I told you 5 minutes ago. I accept what you're saying. If you want to believe that, you're free to do that. Nothing I say is going to convince you of anything because we have two different thought processes. And hold on.
That wasn't me.
I know. I was talking to you, Jerry. Impulse control being one of them. It's fine. So y'all want to believe in that? Do it. Yeah, that's really all I have. It's no point. So I just.
So you don't, and I'm not just talking about medicine right now and healing. I'm just I'm going into acts of feats being accomplished. Like, you know how like Conor McGregor be like, I can't be beaten, blah, blah, Muhammad, I'm the greatest. Have you ever been to the gym and you've seen some little dude, he ain't that big, and he's trying to lift a certain amount of weight, but he probably can't do it when he's there by himself, but he got like 3 dudes spotting him, and you got this shit lightweight. Do you think it's because of that, or what do you think about that, Dr. Copeland? Like just, you've heard me speak about the observer expectancy effect. You've heard me mention that in my room before, Dr. Copeland. Have you heard me mention that effect?
I haven't heard you mention it, but I'm aware of what it is.
Well, okay, yeah. So I'm gonna tell you to people, it's the thing from psychology or neuroscience. They talk about observer expectancy effect, where they say it means that your reality can be positively or negatively influenced by the expectation of others. So that let's put it in a context like this. Let's say if you live with your mom and dad and your brothers or whatever, and you wake up every day, they're like, babe, you got this, babe. You're gonna go to your track meet, you got this, babe. You're gonna crush it. You're gonna crush it. Because the people that surround you have an expectation for you to win, more than likely that expectation will become your reality if you really believe it, as opposed to it being negative. Oh, you'll never make it. Oh, everybody's so much faster than you. Do you agree, Dr. Colton, just seriously, do you agree that the positiveness from the family members probably will give you more of a nudge to believe in it than your actions may start to get in sync or congruent with that belief, which will lead that belief to more than likely come true versus the opposite? What do you say on that, Dr. Copeland?
I say, Jerry, whatever you think, I'm with.
Dr. Copeland, I'm the real. You don't believe.
I'm being serious because, again, I have an answer for it, but number one, you don't want to hear it because it doesn't comport with the way you think.
I know.
I'm not being serious.
But
I know I have an answer for it, but it's not.
I know, I know you do. But yeah, but I'm not doing like you be doing. All I'm saying is this, Dr. Copeland. All I'm saying is this. Do you believe that the observer expectancy effect? Do you believe that? Yes or no?
Okay, I'm going to answer. Are you going to let me answer it?
Yes, sir. Go.
Okay. The scenario that you're talking about is not a fucking mystery. There's nothing mystical about that. If your adrenaline goes up, you can pick up a fucking car. We understand how adrenaline works. It's not a mystery. It's not magical pixie dust. It's biology and physiology. Okay? It's nothing magical about what you're talking about. The other things you're talking about are magical. There is no understood mechanism by which you can go and say, hey guys, listen, let's all sit in a fucking solar circle. You have brain cancer. Let's just sit here, and if we sit here and believe it, blah, blah, blah.
I got off of that. I don't know why you went back to that. Y'all got off of that.
Whoa. The problem with the way that you think is this. You are not qualified to tell when which is applicable. If you go to a nephrologist and say, hey man, you got high blood pressure, look, let's try to lose some weight. Let's try to fix our diet. And most doctors will tell you that, by the way. Y'all killing me with this like mythical view that doctors just want you to give you pills. That's a bunch of bullshit too, to be honest with you. But anyway, they literally will say, hey man, you need to lose some weight, your BMI's fucked up, you eat too much salt, We listen through the fucking.
Well, that wasn't my experience. That wasn't my experience, Dr. Copeland.
Jerry, I understand that. I understand everybody has different experiences, but let's not pretend like every single doctor on the goddamn planet is just trying to shove pills on people's throat. That's not reality. It's just not. So going to the point of this is what I'm saying. I'm gonna say it real slow this time because I said this 15 times by now. Listen to me. I understand better than you do how cortisol works. It's the stress hormone. I understand it better than you do. I am fully aware that cortisol levels correspond to directly affect your physiology to give you certain levels of risk when it comes to chronic disease. I understand that. I got that. Did my whole thesis on that shit. Got it. What I'm trying to tell you is, and it happened in this room in real time, you will take that true statement and without even realizing it, start to extrapolate it to scenarios where it's not applicable because you don't understand the biology. It's all magic to you, Jerry. So you think when somebody loses weight and go and takes their diabetes into remission, you think there's a chance, Dr. Copeland. There's a chance. It's like we're in a Disney movie. There's a chance, guys. Come on, let's get together. Take that same, and I'm serious, but it's not an extreme example. There are thousands of children right now in children's hospitals. It's not a rare example, just because you don't see it in your everyday life. Go to the children's hospital, and all of you, Bobby, all y'all go down there with your white jackets and your white coats, whatever the fuck y'all want to wear. Go down there and get some results. I'm serious. Don't tell it to me. Go get some results. You won't do it because you can't do it because that's not how it works. It's not that easy. If it was that easy, we wouldn't have entire cemeteries.
Are you creating false equivalencies while you're talking to me, Dr. Copeland?
Yeah.
Because you know what you're doing? No, let me tell you what you're doing. It's crazy. It's like I don't know why you keep going to the extreme with those things you're speaking about. I'm not talking about the extreme. Of course, if you go to the extreme, we could talk about even business. There's people that's scared to go do certain things in business, just that alone because they're thinking it won't work. They have no factual data, no scientific facts that it won't work. Just their thoughts of it that it won't work. Just changing their thoughts, like neuroscientists say, they say change your personality, you will change your personal reality. And you can change that by thought alone. I'm not going to the extreme that you're doing, Dr. Copeland, but I'm not going to let you sit up here and act like I'm trying to ruin some people in the goddamn room. No, I don't want them to think that that's not possible. I want them to think that if they just change, like that quote, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. It's true. I'm not going to the extreme. That's why I keep saying the guy got shot in the head 10 times with a fucking AK-47. Oh, move out the way. Let me whisper in his ear. Hey, bro, just think you're going to. I'm not saying that. It's crazy that you're just discounting so much. And you just said, it's just crazy.
Let me ask you a question. It's directly to what you just said. Let me ask you a question real quick, if I might.
Go ahead, sir.
I got a 40-year-old person that's diabetic. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Diabetic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that I'm going to give you a number just to make it easy. He's 20 pounds overweight. He's obese, right? Let's say he's obese, 30 pounds overweight. Maybe he's 5'9", 30 pounds of him is a lot. You'd agree with that, right? 30 pounds of your frame at 5'9" is a lot of weight, right?
Yeah. But just say he's overweight.
Okay, I'm trying to qualify so it's not like extreme. I'm not talking about an extreme because he's morbidly obese and shit like that. He's a little overweight, a little pudgy. Your thought is that, and I'm asking you to speculate. I'm not saying you're a doctor or anything like that. This is a hypothetical example. You're saying that, hey, listen, guy, you need to, try to, lose weight, exercise, diet, do all those things. And you will likely have a benefit, with your diabetes that will not require medication or any kind of intervention. You can just kind of naturally see your diabetes in remission. Would you agree with that or disagree with that statement? Yes or no? Did you love yes or no? Yes or no?
Wait, you said he was overweight though? You said he was overweight?
Yes, sir. And he has a terrible diet. He be eating holes and shit. Just standard stuff. He's overweight. He eats what he wants to eat.
Somebody has a particular form of diabetes. We're not gonna pick whatever, but he's overweight. I will 100% say that it is much better to not be overweight, and it is much better not to eat bad if you have diabetes. So I will say that.
Good. Okay. How should he do it? How should he lose weight? I'm getting to a point. How should he lose weight, Jerry? What would you?
I would recommend that he gets a journal. You're gonna laugh at this, and and write down the ideal life that he would like to create for himself and that ideal person. Like I would tell him to try to create a new identity. What does that person look like? Then I would tell him to start thinking like that person every single day. Then I would tell him to try to figure out what the patterns, the person that got that type of shape, the patterns that that person that got that type of lifestyle. Then I tell him to start to formulate that pattern, but just to recognize those patterns. Okay, my back. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
We understood what you said too.
Wait, cause I still got a red bar.
You good now? You good?
Okay, so I'll tell him that there's a thing called pattern recognitions, and I will tell him to start to recognize patterns is in sync or congruent with the life that you want to live. And I would tell him he has to first believe it, and I would tell him to start thinking about it every single day about how you will look, not being overweight. Start thinking every single day how you will look and feel not eating bad. And then what do you have to do to accomplish those things you're now thinking about? I would tell him to do that. And I would say, I'm telling you, it's not going to heal him. But look, why step less or why step worse and better is an option.
Can I say something?
No, 1 second. 1 second. Let's just go. Go, Dr. Copeland.
Gotcha. I'm gonna be brief. He's dead. He's dead. You know why he's dead, Jaron? You know why he's fucking dead?
Why?
No, he's dead. I'm serious. He's dead because he went to DKA because you fucked his diet up and his blood sugar plummeted. He went to sleep and didn't wake up. He's dead now. You see how that works? Bro?
No, you know why your statement is dead? You know why your statement is dead? Dr. Copeland.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this. You can kick me out if you want to. I'm gonna finish this shit. This is what I'm talking about.
I'm not gonna keep.
He's dead. He is DEAD dead. You have no idea what his insulin resistance level was. You have no idea how long he's been diabetic. You have no idea what the genetics of his nephron is. You had no idea that he has APO1 mutation, which caused him to be predisposed to fucking type 2 diabetes. You had no idea that he was on the brink, and when you told him to do that shit, he went home. He said, I'm gonna just throw all this shit out. I'm gonna stop eating all this bullshit. I'm gonna get on a nice, meat diet. He's dead now. This is my point.
Right, wait. Everybody mute their mic for 1 second. Dr. Copeland.
10 seconds. I'm almost at 10 seconds.
Go ahead.
I want to qualify this. This is not an extreme scenario. This shit happens all the time. All I'm trying to tell you is this. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Your thoughts that you have do not stop in the way that you think that they do. If you tell somebody that, and you don't have any fucking training, they're going to take you super literal. If you tell 10 people, 5 of them will take you literal, 2 of them are going to fucking die because of that. Or get a leg cut off or be fucked up. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
You cannot just go around telling people, hey guys, everything's in your control. It's not. You have made assumptions that are critical to his health, and he's dead. Thanks a lot. You can play at the funeral, I'll play at it. I play saxophone, you play the drums. How about that?
You know, wait 1 second, Dr. Copeland. You know what's interesting? And there's a lot of people in the audience that's not catching what you're doing. But you're really good at making a series of statements that's true. And then you're trying to act like you're applying them to the particular argument that I'm coming with or the segment of the argument that I'm coming with. And it's not part of it. You didn't tell me all that stuff first. But either way, he's still not dead. You want to know why? And wait 1 second. Let me have my turn. Can I talk? John, did you hear me say there's a thing called pattern recognition, recognizing patterns? I said whatever the pattern is of that person and you recognize it, so that pattern may be that encompasses everything that you just said, Dr. Copeland. So wait, no, Dr. Copeland, hold up for a second. His diet is not going to be an extreme because he's going to, in other words, he's going to get in sync with whatever applies to him. You didn't give me all that extra bullshit. I can't believe you just said that.
I didn't do it on purpose,
okay,
Jerry.
Well, watch this.
I didn't do it on purpose, Jerry.
Did you hear me? Did you hear me say? Did you hear me say if he follows the patterns of a person? Okay, whatever, Dr. Copeland.
No, it's not whatever. You know what, brother? You got it. And this is why we can't have these conversations, because you have a very simple view of it, and the shit is not simple. I didn't tell you that on purpose. because that brother didn't know either in this hypothetical scenario. You think people just know what they got going on inside their bodies, bro? You know what you got going on inside your body right now.
Dr. Copeland, let me tell you something, okay? Do you think that I would be that ignorant where I wouldn't do the necessary things to know? I'm going to say this one more time. You obviously don't know what I mean when I say follow patterns. You don't know what I mean when I say follow patterns. Whatever you would have that person do to first check all their levels, that's a pattern, Dr. Copeland. That's a pattern. And you follow that pattern. Okay, look, I'm going to go to someone.
I got a question.
One second. Bobby, I know I'm respectfully, but I know I'm out the room. Dr. Keisha, go ahead.
Hello. Listen, I agree with both sides, and I see where Dr. Copeland's coming from. You know, I'll say this, and I also do personal training on the side, is that what is the first thing you tell someone when you are going to deal with their health or train them? You ask them, consult your physician first. The reason why what he was really trying to get at is that you don't know the baseline health of somebody when you're giving them advice to, for instance, keto. Someone was telling me they were going to go on this high ketone diet, yada, yada, and didn't find out they were predisposed to type 2 diabetes. And then in the process of doing the ketone diet, they got very, very sick. Their sugar levels were through the roof. So taking advice is one thing, but not knowing first one's personal initial medical state is important. Right. And that's why as a medical doctor, you have to, because if I give advice on this app.
But Dr. let me just say something really quick. And I just have to stop you. Let's do this. Let's not go in a direction of something that is like common sense for someone like me. And okay. Dr. Copeland, no, just follow me for a second.
Jerry, wait a minute. Here's the problem with common sense. And this is another thing I was going to say as a doctor.
I know
you have common sense to eat right. Not every patient has that common sense. Someone put in the chat to tell somebody to eat correctly, to tell them you have diabetes, go home and do this. And then they go straight to McDonald's after they leave. Not everybody, even people you're speaking to, have the common sense to know.
I got you. I appreciate Dr. Keisha, but what you guys are doing, I need you to mute for a second because there's echo in my mic. What you guys are doing is you're mentioning things that you're adding on that you're not. Okay, let me just put it like this, people. When I go work out and I'm training for a tournament or something like that, right? Like, when I'm trying to get myself right, I may feel good. I may feel great. I may even look good at that particular moment. But I'll go get my lab work done. I'll go get a certain amount of blood work done just so I can see what my cholesterol is. I'll go get, I had a doctor that tested, he wanted to see, he put me in a treadmill and they wanted to see how I run. They want to see my heartbeat. I'll do things like that. Me personally, that's what I'm saying. So let me put this disclaimer to the room so we don't have to go any further in that direction. I am not a doctor, so don't listen to me with the stuff I'm saying as far as, I'm not saying go out there and just go bang in a treadmill. You might get a heart attack. I'm not saying that. I'm just speaking in a matter that if you have an option to think positive, if you have an option to think you're unstoppable, if you have an option to believe you can succeed and have success in any venture you try to come across, if you have an option that you're not doing well and you're going to believe you're going to get better, I'm saying take that goddamn option. Just think of that option. So respectfully, doctors, I am not about to go in a direction about some lectures about all this stuff that I'm not talking about, because you guys can open up a doctor room and give those little lectures. So, yeah, so I'm going to leave that there. Because I'm not talking about that.
You're right. You see, the hypothetical that...
Wait. Let me just hear this last part Dr. Copeland was about to say. Go ahead, Dr. Copeland.
Oh, no, brother. All I said was you got it. I'm glad you just said it. We could have skipped all this shit and got right to the point. Well, pretty much what you're saying is you don't. No. I'm gonna tell you what's good so you can hear it from me. I'm straight up. You don't want to hear it. It's not a lecture just because it's complexion. You don't understand it. You don't want to hear it because it's inconvenient. I accept that. I accepted it 10 minutes ago. We can definitely move on. You're not gonna listen. Fuck it. Who cares? Y'all got it. I'm gonna listen and enjoy.
Doctor, one second, sweet. Go ahead, sweet.
Let me show you how you're not crazy, Jerry. Because you're outnumbered here. Because the last few doctors that talk. Let me just
sweet. I'm gonna give it to you right now, but I just want to say something really quick. Sure. You know how you're having a conversation about something like I could say, you can get in your car, drive fast, go here, and someone say, no, you can't do that because you didn't say they have to have insurance. You didn't say they have to make sure they have gas. If it's an electric car, you got to make sure you have electricity. You got to make sure you charge your car before you took that 300-mile drive to Vegas. No, Jerry, you didn't say that first. This is crazy that they're even going that direction.
Exactly.
This is correct. Sweet. Like, sweet. Think about it. Sweet, just watch me for a second. Dude is 400 pounds. Dude is 50 pounds overweight. And I'm just saying, hey, you're sick as whatever. Let's go to the gym. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, duh. Of course we got to know what they are, bro. I am the king of wanting to know my base point, my levels, et cetera, et cetera. We're not talking about that. Go ahead, Sweet.
Exactly. Everybody, yeah, exactly. If they're on insulin, if you add that into the hypothetical, how am I going to grade the hypothetical? But you think with, take a test at school, and then I give you 5 different pieces of the hypothetical. And then, okay, cool. Based on that, here's your answer. Woo, 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 woo. And then, everybody failed because there's 20 other hypotheticals I didn't tell you about. If you didn't, it's like, what?
Hey, Sweet, I'm talking, Sweet, I'm talking to you for a second, Sweet. I got a son, and he had a condition that wasn't too bad, but it was something that affected his leg. So I got on a waiting list for Cedars-Sinai. They have the expert, one of the leading experts in the world at Cedars-Sinai and UCLA in California. So I took my son to this doctor, and they didn't talk about nothing about his diet, nothing, Sweet. They did some tests. They did some blood work. They didn't say nothing about diet. They didn't say nothing about naturopathic doctor. Sweet, nothing. Sweet, this is an expert. It was like a 6-month wait, my brother. I thought it's Cedars-Sinai. I thought I was good. He gave my son some prescription medication, and my son hasn't been the same since, brother. And after he did that, and he gave him medication, I started looking into some naturopathic stuff. And I wish I would have fucking did that, but I didn't. I listened to this expert. I believed him, and he fucked my son up, brother. To this day. So when people say what goes on with these doctors, I don't want to fucking hear it because I know what I'm experiencing. Then Sweet, we left Cedars-Sinai and went to another expert. This is supposed to be one of the leading ones in the country at UCLA in Westwood. He gave him some medication to counter the medication the other doctor gave him, and it made it double worse. So all we're doing now, bro, is trying to detox from all this medication and try to get it back normal. I trusted the most known, profound doctors in the state of California. They got articles, all that, and they fucked my son up, Sweet. And I'm going to leave it at that, and I don't need no fucking opinion from no goddamn doctor. I don't need no fucking opinion from no doctor because they all come with these fucking absolutes, and it don't go like that in the real fucking world with real people. And then real people say it, they always got a fucking answer as to why it fucking happened, and they ain't fucking there. All these fucking absolutes. They didn't say nothing about some that. All they had to fucking do was talk about his goddamn diet. There was some natural shit. I should have listened to fucking Dr. Jekyll from the fucking gate, and I didn't listen to Dr. Jekyll. I fell for the bullshit with these fucking experts. Go ahead, Sweet.
And this is the energy that I've seen that doctors will bring to argue points of medicine or some truths as if what you just spoke on and what people have lived through, like somehow that's a debate officer.
If experts want to speak to each other, I'm gonna say y'all can, but respectfully, you can open up a room if you guys want to, have some experts speak to each other. That's not what this room is for experts to speak to each other. What is an expert? I went to some experts and they fucked my kids up. I guarantee they're bigger than all of you. I bet these experts was bigger than all of y'all and work at bigger, more profound hospitals than every doctor in this fucking room. I guarantee it. These is real experts, biggest in the fucking world, and they know what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
Let's explain that, Jerry. Bigger than all the doctors on this app.
Yeah.
All they do is talk about this shit. That's all they do. And they never listen to fucking parents, what they're going through. You never listen to what parents is going through. You got to answer for fucking everything. Let me
say this, not to cut you off, man. Obviously, I be flowing with that energy. I can never get in the way of that. But I want to add to this from outside. How many people knew that, just like with your son there, and they had a son or daughter and whatever point, and they know they got this shot the second they got it. They were 2 years old, 3, whatever age they were, and from that point on, they know that child has never been the same in a very negative way. From that exact moment. But you know what the doctor's gonna say? Oh no, you don't know it was the medication. It was probably gonna happen anyway. Yep, I know, man.
Jerry, yo. You know, what's up, Jerry?
What's up?
The problem we have here is people don't understand the first barrier to learning. The first barrier to learning is thinking you know everything, and then you fail to have curiosity. And then there's, we sit in these apps and we respect doctors. We want to respect doctors, but there's some elitist attitudes that come off of doctors. And they do their study, I get it, but they don't know everything. And that's the problem. And with what you said earlier, Dr. Copeland, you said, Jerry, it just wasn't convenient.
Hey, man, look, don't mention me, bro. Don't mention me. Don't bring me up, bro. I'm cool. Don't mention me, bro. Talk to Jerry. Don't mention me, though.
Let me finish. I'll mention you if I want to.
You know what? You got it.
So here's the thing.
This is fucking ridiculous, dude. This is some pussy shit. What? What'd you say?
Dr. Copeland, I was going to do that because you see the
that's the I'm gonna tell y'all something really quick. I'm gonna go back to you, C-Rock. Go ahead, land, C-Rock. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, no, he just said it wasn't convenient for you, so you didn't want to listen. And that's just shutting it down. And that's the problem. What you were doing is you were basically starting from foundation, which is you have to have an intention if you want to accomplish something. So you were setting the intention, telling the gentleman, whoever the overweight gentleman with diabetes, let's set the intention of what you're trying to do here. You didn't mention diet. You didn't mention exercise. And then he went right to that to try to prove his point. He wasn't even listening. There was no curiosity, no observation. And that's the first barrier and the main barrier to learning. And that's what we see with a lot of doctors.
Hey, the facts. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Maybe this room was put together for a reason. In case there's somebody in here listening, and this is real talk. And if you don't agree, then fuck you if you don't agree. Okay, because this could be affecting somebody. This could be affecting somebody's life. I'm going through this with my damn son right now. Before you go take any prescription medication from a doctor, before you get any prescription medication from a doctor, get a second opinion, get a third opinion. That's all I'm trying to say. Get a second opinion and get a third opinion. There's forums out there, and I'm part of some of these forums right now. And I wish I would have went on them first. There's forums out there for parents that's going through things with their children, and you're going to be part of forums where it's tens of thousands of people all over the world, and they're going to share stories with what I'm saying. But you always get these arrogant doctors that think we're all dumb and we don't know what we're talking about. They never listen to the parents. They never just try to seek further to see if it's a possibility of this. You know what they got? They got their prescription medication. I believe it now. They're getting kickbacks. I believe it now. I believe it 100% because I'm living it.
Absolutely.
I believe it.
And Jerry, you know what's crazy? My wife works in a pharmacy, so she's a pharmacy technician. And what's the craziest thing is I don't take medication until she looks at it. Even if we take my son to the doctor, she asks the doctor, she basically wants to know what the diagnosis is. And whatever doctor's giving her, she knows all the side effects and everything else going on with it. And she will tell the doctor, no, you're not going to give him that. You're going to give him this because people are actually changing their medication because they're catching all kinds of side effects. And the doctor looks at her like she's crazy, but she knows exactly what she's talking about. And every single time, the doctor abides by it, and she has been right every single time. But that's only because she's on the front lines of seeing the bullshit.
Hey, I'm going to come back to you in a second. Thank you for that, my brother. Hey, everybody, look at the link up top. There's a link up top that Nelson just put. It says, join the Chatter Social Beta. And that's for the people who've not joined it yet. So if you have not joined the Chatter Social Beta, join it. And I apologize to everybody because I just got Matrix. Matrix. Yes. Testing. Am I out Matrix? Guys, testing. Am I out the Matrix? This is bullshit. Am I out the Matrix? It's getting a little better. Can you hear me?
No, you sound like you're underwater.
No, Matrix.
Okay, go ahead, jump in.
Hey, Jerry, could I say something? It's John.
Go ahead, John. He's in the Matrix.
Yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to mention Dr. Joe Dispenza because he's the kidney doctor. Or wait a minute. Dr. Jason Fung. He's the kidney doctor.
Wait,
all these patients.
wait, 1 second. I'm gonna come back to you, John. Am I out the matrix right now?
We can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Okay, I apologize to the room. I got a little heated, and I got heated because of what I'm going through with my son, and you know, it changed my whole life in a not so good way, and I wish I would have focused on positive thinking. And am I the matrix again? Am I the matrix again?
You're good.
No, you're good.
I wish I would have focused on positive thinking and took a more naturopathic way, because I could have still had an option to go prescription if we needed to. I wish I would have did that, but I didn't do it. I listened to somebody. They gave me an expert, and I believed that they were experts, and I trusted the doctors. And what's so cold is when we start getting symptoms, something really looked really bad. I sent it to the doctors, and they just was like almost like an oh well type of attitude. So I apologize for getting a little heated, but you know it's an emotional thing to me. But and I will say this: I am not saying that anybody don't go to a doctor. We all need doctors. I'll be the first one going to a doctor if something happens. I'm just saying, you know, they say measure twice, cut once, or how that thing goes. Get a second, get a third opinion, and then start looking for other people. Join some forums and talk to other people and see if they've gotten some side effects and you know what they've done. That's all I'm saying. Just don't just listen to what the fuck a doctor tells you.
Gary,
Okay.
you know what I heard today too, though? And it's not because he's going to write my grant, right? But I heard also Dr. Copeland come from an emotional place. Like when he was sharing that he's worked with these kids and that he had to go because of how hard it was on him. And there's doctors all the time that see these types of cases, like especially the ones that work with people who are trying to come off of hard drugs. They'll try anything. And if you get someone who's trying to come off of hard drugs to stop cold turkey and not take the proper medications, they'll go into withdrawal psychosis. So I think I also heard him coming from a space where he might just be also dealing with his own stuff in that space, which is very, very powerful for doctors. So I thought it was a good conversation. I love how you guys go back and forth, and you know, hopefully you guys do it again, because I think the audience gets a lot from these conversations.
When he doesn't run,
Why does he run though?
I think he's got, I mean, because y'all know Dr. Copeland can also, you know, he can blow too, and I don't think that he wants to be in that.
When he's in control, he don't like the fact that he's not in control. That's the whole thing. He'll go for 10 hours if you're in control.
Here's the thing, Diana. Here's the thing, Diana. When we put the hypothetical together, what I didn't like was the technology in the hypothetical. And Derry knows what I'm talking about. The room knows what I'm talking about. What I'm saying, see, if we throw in there, he's on his medications already, you got insulin, you know Jerry's gonna take that into consideration. Nobody's stupid in the room. This is the part I have a problem with. Don't play people dumb, man. Well, I know more than you know about it. Miss me with that. We're talking about life and death, individuals' choices, and things of the thing, and clinical trials or not. It's waking up all of why things were so heated during COVID, because it was all played down to you're just totally disrespecting doctors. You don't know as much as they do. You're just supposed to give them a blind check to do whatever they
say. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna pass it back to you guys. And once again, everybody, if you have not signed up to Chatter yet, the link is up top. Chatter Social. If you're new to the room and you don't know what Chatter is, it's an incredible new social audio that will change your whole experience of what you've never experienced nothing like this before. So just click on it. It's going to be a beta test, and we want you guys to join the beta. So just click on the link up top. If you got a problem, join, put it in the chat. Diana, Sweet, you can relate to this, Sweet. I was diagnosed with what do you call that? You just said a minute ago, asthma. I was diagnosed with asthma. I went to a few different doctors, and I really want to heal because it sucked. You know, I'm competing in wrestling and kickboxing, and I have to have my thing. I have to take 2 puffs every time I'm toe up. About 4 different doctors. So everywhere I went, I had 1 inhaler in 1 car, and you know whatever, because I didn't want to ever forget my inhalers, Sweet. I remember this like it was yesterday. I caught the flu one day, and my brother came over, and he saw my inhaler on the counter. Then he saw, you know, my protein bars, because you know I was really into working out and stuff. And my brother said, he said, dude, what's up with all this whey protein, all this protein stuff? I said, I just, it's to help me in my recovery. He said, dude, stop taking that shit. He's like, you're taking all this inhaler. I guarantee if you stop taking that shit, I need you guys to listen. I'm not saying this is going to happen to everybody, but on everything I love, I was using my inhaler 7 days a week. I had the flu. This is why I can remember. My brother came to my house. He said, stop taking it right now. I stopped taking it. Never, ever, ever took an inhaler again. Ever. Ever. I guess symptoms of asthma because of drinking whey protein, even the one that said it was lactose free, it still affected me and made me feel like I had asthma. And number two, and I'm going to pass it to whoever want to jump in, I promise. Number two, here's the second one. I swear I'm not making this up, guys. 3 years ago, I went to the doctor. And no, actually, I went to the dentist for something, and they said I had high blood pressure when I went to the dentist. So they wanted me to go to a doctor to make sure I was okay. So I went to a doctor, and he said the same thing. I got high blood pressure, and he said just accept it. This is what he said. Most African Americans get high blood pressure, so just understand and just accept it. I couldn't accept it, so I went to an African doctor that's in the hood. That one of my friends' mother worked there. She's in the hood. She was like, I don't agree. You know what she did? She looked at my eyes. She made me take my shirt off. She looked at my back. She looked at my nails. She looked under my nails. I was like, what is this woman doing? She looked at my ears. She said, listen, you're eating wrong. Change your eating and stop stressing what's going on in your life. And I said, I'm going to be honest with you. There's some things going on in the market, and every day I wake up, I'm stressed out about the market. She said, Jerry, that's your high blood pressure. Jerry! Stop thinking about this stuff. And sweet, never, ever, ever. And I bought 2 high-end measures so I could measure myself every single day or every other day to make sure my pressure was okay. Threw that medication away. But if I would listen to the doctor, I'd be popping 2 or 3 pills every single day. Who would like to jump in next? I'm looking for someone that has not had an opportunity to speak yet.
I'm back. Still can't get in the chair. I'm taking over. Okay.
Jerry, I just had 2. Can I say something real quick? This is John. I just got to say something quick. I got to go into a meeting.
Go ahead,
Two. All right, 2 doctors. Dr. Jason Fung wrote a book called The Diabetes Code. He's a medical doctor, kidney doctor, and all his patients were coming to him that had problems with, the insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, because type 1 is non-reversible. It's kind of like a birth abnormality, birth defect, however they classify it. So he basically said, why would people be injecting insulin into somebody when insulin's the problem? So it can't happen in everybody, but he systematically tried it on his kidney patients and systematically got it reversed so that type 2 diabetes was reversed. It's not me talking, it's Dr. Jason Fung, F-U-N-G.
Right.
And he wrote a book called The Diabetes Code. The second doctor, he was Dr. Joe Dispenza, was involved in a triathlon.
Yeah, I'm familiar with her. But you know what though, John?
Well, hold on, Jerry.
No, but I need you to do something. Okay, go ahead. John, you got to apologize to the lady you just derailed though, because she was in the middle of speaking. And you just hijacked her.
Andy.
I thought I heard her murmuring. Okay, John.
No, you heard me murmuring. I said I was next, and then you said you had to go into a meeting.
Yeah, but I just want to acknowledge that.
Jerry,
it's okay, but
Jerry, I wouldn't do that on purpose.
No.
I'm sorry.
I know, but John, I know who Dr. Joe Dispenza is, and he said they have devices where they can actually test this stuff. Like they can literally test it. Yeah. But John, the doctors won't agree, and this is crazy. This is sad. This is sad.
Well, but when he does his seminars, they actually have where they connect to the brain, they have all the wires. I forget what kind of machine they call that. And they're actually able to monitor the brain waves. And so it's a 3-week retreat, and he's bringing in the medical community to see it actually.
I'm familiar with the reason I just don't want to go too much in that because I'm very, very familiar with what you're talking about. I just want to kind of keep the flow going. But thank you though, John. Once again, everybody, if you haven't done, appreciate you. You're always welcome in the room. And I hope I see you in chatter, brother. I don't know your name. The lady that was speaking. Who?
Hi.
If I was in a clowning mode, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be professional. But if I was, if I wasn't being serious, I would say I don't want to.
No, don't say it.
Go ahead, sorry.
Okay, cool. So I got diagnosed with the skin disease. Probably like a year and a half ago when I had my boot on my foot.
What's up,
I'm
Tim?
taking the medicine for my foot because the balcony collapsed with us on it, and then I get diagnosed with this skin disease. So I got all this medicine I'm taking, I blow up, and I don't understand. So there's a herbalist on here, and this is during time when everybody was in the house, and Dr. Angela was saying we're eating wrong, and she's a chiropractor. And so we up all late. She's showing us all these. We go on websites and Google and stuff. And if we just change what we put in our mouth and what we eat, so the herbalist is saying juice more, eat more eat more fruit with seeds in it, and do more vegetables. So I'm listening. I changed my toothbrush because we find out researching on Clubhouse that your toothbrush has pork in it. Even though you're not eating beef, you're brushing your teeth with Colgate or whatever you brush your teeth with. Change your toothpaste. We find out that there's a thing called meat glue. Google it, it's on YouTube. So we're doing all these things, and we think we're doing better, but you're still getting it because we're not growing our own vegetables, and we're not paying attention to eating the way we need to eat.
You know what, Si?
And it's sad.
Si, I'm gonna build with you for a second, Queen.
Come on.
How important is gut health? And how detrimental can bad gut be to causing other ailments? Why is it that when we're in a room, you expert doctors, you Clubhouse doctors, first of all, we don't even know who you really are. We don't know if you're really a doctor. Hello?
Well, that's true.
Okay, but how come you guys never talk about gut health? Let me see you guys put a room together, and instead of talking about pharmaceutical medicine, instead of talking shit to people that didn't take the vax, how about you use your expertise and put a room together, and it's called prevention. Let's start with prevention. How about that?
They can't. They weren't trained on it. They cannot do that because they get paid by the pharmaceutical companies to put the medicine out.
Well, I got an announcement.
What's that?
She's not in here right now. Matter of fact, let me see where she's at. Dr. Jaquel, let me see if she's not in here. I got an announcement. Dr. Jaquel is going to put a room together on Chatter. Okay? She's going to put a room together on Chatter, and she's going to be talking about exactly what we're talking about that the doctors don't talk about. But the only difference about her, she's real. The only difference about her, she's going to go, y'all see, I'll just put it like that. Y'all going to see the level she's on. The difference with her, she's a 3-time best-selling author. The difference with her, she's done TED Talks. Have y'all done that, doctors? Have y'all done that? Are y'all 3-time best-selling authors? Have y'all done 2 TED Talks? Do y'all get sent all over the country as an expert to speak to thousands of people? I just pinged her to tell her to come in here. So go ahead.
But when we were stuck in the house with COVID, Dr. Angela was saying that the doctors are not to make you well. They're feeding the disease and the illness. That's what they're for. That's what the medicine does. And we're steady taking it. I'm having to take care of my mom right now because she want to take this metformin. I said, well, where's the paper that shows you all the side effects? She said, what you mean? I said, there's a paper that shows you the side effects that show you she can't even hold a cup in her hand, y'all. She trying to drink some water and drop the cup.
Hey, watch this side. Watch this side. 1 second. Some people are so someone said having a book doesn't make you an expert. You know what? Coming to a Clubhouse stage saying you're a doctor doesn't make you an expert either. You follow me? But let's say if there's a doctor that comes to a Clubhouse stage and they say they're a doctor, and if I can go to Amazon and see a couple books they wrote, that will kind of hit a little harder than just saying, I work at this hospital. That will hit a little harder. And then to see them being, flown all over the world with other notable doctors on stages and they're speaking and got all the slides and stuff, that will kind of hit a little harder than someone just coming to a Clubhouse app saying they're this notable doctor.
Well, Jim, who pushed all this Ozempic? What's up with the Ozempic? I mean, I guess the people went and just bought it themselves, huh? Did he get a prescription written too?
Well, even like the person just said, every doctor doesn't get paid, but the majority of them do. And they're still prescribing the medicine that you, Mr. Derek, don't even read what the ingredients are. And you're taking pesticides in everything that you eat. The toothbrush that you have, the chicken that you're feeding, and the meat toothbrush is made from the paint that is made on the football field that draws the line. So you might want to Google your stuff and challenge somebody because you don't know what you're talking about either. Why are you trying to say we don't?
Who just said you don't know what you're talking about?
It says the doctors don't get paid for the pharmaceutical. Everybody knows that they do.
Yeah. So would anybody else like, hey Diane, this is crazy. We go in so many different directions in this room, but that's what I like about. Excuse me.
What about the opioid epidemic? Who's behind that?
Oh, don't bring that up.
Oh Lord. Logician still ain't going to sleep.
Doctors.
She still ain't going
What
to
about
sleep.
the
Logician.
Let's talk about that one.
But you know what? Hold on a second. Let me tell you what we're not going to do. We cannot. This is not a doctor bashing session.
Oh.
Let's. No. Hold up a second. No. We can't do that. Hold up. I can talk about some incredible experiences I've had with doctors. We need doctors. Let's stop that. If your house burn up, your house catch fire, you need fire department. Okay? Somebody come in, we can talk about the police all we want. When they pull behind us, 2 o'clock in the morning, we coming home faded. It's fuck the police. But you sit in your house, you hear somebody, you think they come through your back door and you don't got a couple pistols, you calling the police. So let's not bash doctors. Listen, I'm going to say it again. Let's not bash doctors. We love them. We need them. And we especially registered nurses, all of y'all. We need all of y'all. The ambulance drivers, all of that. I'm speaking to the ones that speak in absolutes and the ones that's not open-minded. I don't understand how a person cannot be open-minded to other possibilities. That's just my thing. I'm speaking to those particular doctors.
Have you ever connected with a holistic doctor?
Yeah, and that's one of my opinions. But hang on one second, Si. Let me open the stage up. Hey, Dana, did you want to hop in? What's up, Ron?
I did real quick, and thanks for recognizing that. And we're talking about a phenomenal topic. Couple of things real quick. One is your gut, the human biome, is one of the major organs that is the least taken care of in the human body. I have a couple of doctors, Dr. Ekberg, who's a former Olympic decathlete. Although he's a chiropractic doctor, what he does is he describes illnesses and prescribes natural remedies before. He doesn't poo-poo using doctors. What he does do, I'm sorry, let me turn off my TV in the background, I apologize. He tells you about the macro and the micronutrients that you're missing, how to achieve getting them into your system, and how are they going to help heal your affliction. And there's another Dr. Berg who is a true doctor, DO, and he does exactly the same thing. As a matter of fact, Dr. Berg has been shadow banned for a number of his recordings on YouTube, and he's got hundreds of them, where he actually will stand at the whiteboard and say, if this is your affliction, here are your symptoms, and here's how you can help heal it holistically first. Again, never saying don't see your primary care physician. And I'm living proof of that because I too just got diagnosed with asthma. Just went through breathing treatments, just went through the diagnosis. And prior to that, I had said to the woman who was the pulmonologist, I said, I felt like I almost killed myself. And she said, well, what are you talking about? I said, not taking any medicine, not taking my Symbicort or my albuterol. Went off it for 4 or 5 days, and I did a full water fast for 4 days. And my lungs cleared up. She said, well, you are experiencing having gotten rid of the inflammation in your system, and the body's starting to help you heal. So if it works for you, then keep doing it. And now monitor what you put back into your diet. As you put it back into your diet, see how your body reacts to it. And that's exactly where I'm at right now. And so, I'm sorry, I know I'm going on long, but it's true. The human body can heal itself.
Right, and that's true. And like I said, I appreciate you for that, Dana. And I'm glad you experienced that, bro. And I see you got the channel logo, so that means you and the king. Ron, shortpreneur. Victor, entrepreneur.
What's up, Jerry? How you doing, man? What's up, everybody?
Hey, do you believe in the power of positive thinking?
Absolutely.
Do you believe
Matter of fact, I won't even say I believe it, I know it.
Uh-oh. He said he knows it. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's dope. Dope. Frank, was you trying to get in, Frank? I've been seeing little emojis from you and whatnot. Was you trying to get in, bro? I don't know if you want to say something. Frank, you putting emojis up, bro. Okay. You gonna ignore me? All right. Victor. Victor.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's good, my brother? Shit.
Hey, nigga.
You got the best hand. I'm trying to be like you, bro.
You had your hands. I throw mine away.
Shit. Oh, this motherfucker. I can't win that game with you. You'll kill me with the got the best hand game. Hey, Victor, have you signed up to the beta for Chatter?
Yes, sir.
When the doors open, what are you looking to do that can change the trajectory? Hold on. Wait, hold on. Frank, are you gonna say something, yes or no? All right, you wanna play that game? Go ahead, Victor. Let me tuck him in. He wanna take a nap. Watch your head, bro. I'm gonna tuck you in, so I'm gonna give you a pillow. So watch your head. All right, go ahead. What are you gonna do, Victor, when the app opens? What are you gonna do?
I'm definitely gonna be listening out for the brothers and sisters from Million Marathon to kind of support, to be a support to them, and then I'm also gonna begin to set up rooms that will amplify my work as a business advisor to small businesses. I'm taking that really outside of Alabama, outside of Birmingham, Alabama. I want to grow it here, but Clubhouse has been a place where I've really been able to build right all over the globe with the relationships we have through these incredible rooms and houses like Million Marathon, Breakfast with Champions. So we can build that with podcasts, with YouTube and all that. The Chatter, I want that to really be my source and my primary goal, because I look at it this way: with the ability to do everything we're doing here, plus video and all the things that I don't even know about, I am just ready to go, Jerry. Just ready to get it going, man. Engage with everybody here that's going to be on Chatter that needs me to support them and help them amplify themselves. So yeah, man, that's it. That's what's up.
That sounds amazing, bro. And I'll be there to help guide you. If you get stuck with a few things, because obviously I'm going to be kind of, knowing a little bit, probably a few days. You know what I'm saying? I'll be able to help you, get set up and move. So good for you that you've been able to do that on Clubhouse. And I said a lot to people. I think some people get bored when they hear me talk like that, but I really believe that we should all understand where we're at, and we're all in a very good position. And we're also in a position with people that we don't even know they exist yet. There's going to be some heavy promotions. There's going to be some heavy marketing going on. So you're going to come across people you never even seen before. So let's hit the ground running. So good for you, Victor. Glad to hear that, bro.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you back. Entrepreneur, did you want to say what you're going to do, bro? Entrepreneur. Okay,
Kiana.
My bad, Jerry. I'm driving and I have my phone sitting down.
No, go to question. I was going to say, yeah, let me go to Kiana since third. Okay. Kiana.
Hi, so I had to go on here because I heard you guys talking about like medicine and different stuff like that. So I actually had a situation recently when I went to Mexico. I got like sick. I don't know if it was food poisoning or something. So I got back to LA. I tried to like heal it naturally, but it was not going away. So I ended up going to the emergency room. I had went and they gave me this medicine. It's called ciprofloxacin. It's a black box drug. So when I picked it up from the pharmacy, they didn't tell me like none of the side effects of it and stuff like that. So I started taking it. I started to feel a little bit better, but I noticed like my calf was super tight, and then my whole body started tingling. So I stopped taking it, and I like searched it up and I did research. So it's a lady, she took one pill for a UTI because it's a widespread antibiotic, and she was paralyzed, but like she's paralyzed. It caused me to have like nerve damage. It caused weight loss, gastritis. So gut health is definitely important. And my gut was fine before this, so I had to see numerous doctors because they couldn't figure out like what was going on with the nerve damage. And then my heart was beating too fast. It was beating at almost like 200 every day. And this is all from just taking this antibiotic, and I didn't even finish it. As soon as I seen side effects, I stopped taking it. And so one of my doctors I went to, he was like, "Oh well, I've heard about Cipro causing things and not things like that." He's like, "The number one side effect is ruptured tendons." I'm like, "And why would you tell anybody that? Like, they won't give it to nobody who plays sports, but you guys will give it to everybody else and like halfway kill them." And I'm not to bash the doctors because some doctors don't know the side effects. Everybody's body is different and does react different. But just taking that antibiotic changed my whole life. Like, I'm just now getting a little bit better. I still have the nerve damage. Take magnesium for it because most people are deficient in magnesium. And it does help with that. But just like still aches and pains and certain things, that I would have never known because I didn't search it up because I was feeling really sick. So I'm just trusting that the doctors know what to give me. And
Yeah.
it just changed a lot.
Yeah, like I said, all these so-called experts, it'll be really, really nice. It'll be really, really nice if they would open up some rooms and say, from our experience, we've seen these things happen to people, whether it's diabetes, whatever the condition is, high cholesterol levels, things that can lead to other, serious conditions. It'll be nice if they get together and put some rooms together and say, from our expertise or from our 10-year journey, 15-year journey, we've seen these things happen to people. So we put our heads together and we start thinking about some things that we know could help avoid these from happening.
Jared,
so we're going to, what?
On that note, I wanted to add something when you completed your thought.
Right. So just imagine if they did some rooms like that. That would be dope if they had some rooms like that. That would be, and we'd respect them more. Like, why are you guys not, when COVID was here, why don't we have commercials that talk about how bad the vaccine is? I'm sorry, not the vaccine, but how bad McDonald's is. Why don't we have commercials saying about, like, they should be brainwashing us and trying to get us healthy.
Right. Why not compare those people that have not got vaccinated yet? There's enough of them to those that have got vaccinated. We can put these studies together now, Jerry. There's some that you can study the DNA of the individuals that have not gotten vaccinated, that weathered the storm, right?
Yeah, but I didn't mean to cut you off. It's just because I just had another part there. But you're right though. But so Joe B said they're afraid of malpractice, but rooms like that would be awesome. They're afraid of malpractice, but so you agree would be awesome. But they're afraid of malpractice, but they're not afraid of calling people dummies, dumbasses, and ignorant because they didn't want to take a vaccine that wasn't even out for a month. They're not afraid to put rooms together about that. That's so crazy. So we can put rooms together about what prescription to take, but we can't put rooms together about being healthy or trying to be healthy. Once again, everybody, welcome to the mini marathon. We are going to be, you guys see the link up top. Chowder's coming sooner than you guys think. If there anybody that has not spoke yet that want to say something, anybody has not spoke yet that want to say something?
Jerry, yes, what you said earlier about getting second opinions with doctors really hits home. Very, very recently, I went to my primary at the VA to check out a mole that I had on my back. Brand new mole I noticed. I was like, kind of weird, And she's like, "Oh, it looks fine. I really don't think it's anything, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, I still would like to see the dermatologist. So she kind of, hopped about it. I should have trusted her, But good thing she set me up with an appointment with a dermatologist because I went in, they scraped it, sent it in, biopsied it, and they gave me the call. So, when you're getting the phone call as opposed to the letter in the mail that everything was fine, that something is probably not right. So it turned out it was a dysplastic nevus with severe atypia. And I'm like, okay, Googling this. I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I had to get it removed. So I went in literally like 2 days ago to get it removed. But the whole point of the story is that if you trust without verifying, trust without getting that second opinion, you can find yourself in a situation that could have been avoided. So at least I know I'm on the path. They're still going to biopsy this large chunk that they took out. So definitely great advice there about getting second opinions when it comes to things like that. I'm sure she meant well, but if I just said, oh, okay, good, I heard her say what I wanted her to say, and I stopped right there, I never would have gotten that referral. So you have to dig further.
Great, and good for you, and I hope everything stays in that direction that you're at right now. And another thing I want to add, when you get medication, they give you a list of the side effects. And then we may just Google that medication and we'll just look at and the same thing pops up, because you got to understand these pharmaceutical companies, they put blogs up, they put stuff, they know you're going to Google it, you're going to make sure it needs side effects. But start Googling what went wrong with this side. Start Googling that. That's when you can get a whole other list of people talking about it that you don't see with just a simple Google of the medication. This can cause blah, blah, blah. Just put in Google how many people got blah, blah, blah from taking et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then you're going to be like, damn. Then you can start looking at it in a different light. This is serious, people. You gotta think about it like, and the reason why I didn't want to take the vaccine and why I didn't take it. Have y'all seen how little some of these pills are? These pills be so little. How could these pills be so effective and they so little? That means they got some serious ingredients in those little bitty pills. So I started thinking about the vaccine and how it's guaranteed to, or supposed to do this and supposed to do that. Some people are taller, some people are shorter, some people are bigger, some people are slimmer, some people are younger, some people are older. How can you make a medication or a vaccine? I know you doctors think I'm crazy, but if you Google it, there's a lot of people that got, really messed up over it. And it's next to impossible. It's next to impossible. People are complex. They're complex. But anyway, thank you everybody for coming out. So I think I'm about to, it's this little spot, this little Mexican spot. They got these little miniature tacos. It look like it comes from a food truck, but it's not a food truck. It's an actual restaurant. Danielle Passy.
I'm here, Jerry. Can you hear me? I'm driving.
I'll give you $50 right now if you can take your hand off the top of your head.
Funny.
1,000. How you doing, Danielle?
I'm doing good, Jerry. I'm really enjoying this whole conversation, and I can't wait. Nelson knows I can't wait for Chatter. And
can't wait
to really, because it's going to be a completely different experience than what we've experienced here the past 3 years. So I'm stoked.
Well, you know what? I appreciate you. I'm stoked too. And I'm sure we're gonna be doing some stuff. Matter of fact, I never asked you, what city are you from? Where you at? What city? What state?
Long Island, New York.
You're in Long Island. Diana, she's in Long Island, New York. This is you, Diana. I want everybody in this room right now that's still here listening. I'm just curious. I want you to put in the chat, where you from? I want to know who I'm going to be messing with. I want to know who I'm going to be rocking with when I hit chat. Represent your city. Put it in the chat. I want to know where you from. Do I got any H-Town in the building? Do I got any Sate-Town? Sate-Town is San Antonio, Texas. I see I got Detroit. I see I got my Florida folks. Where's my people in Jamaica? Where's my Latinos? Where's my Mexican, Spanish brothers and sisters? Hey, y'all just getting a dose of how Jerry Malcolm and Nelson Ortega and Jonathan Bing, we are the big three. Y'all are just getting a sample of how we are going to be crushing it on Chatter every single day. So I appreciate all of you. Special shout out to Diana Appreciate you, Diana. You know, the things that she talks about, that she says she's gonna be doing those rooms that people are saying magical. Well, let me tell you something interesting. She's in real estate. Let me tell you something interesting. I was having a challenge with some stuff I was thinking about, and I can almost say I got a session from her, and she made me change my whole thought behind something, and I felt so much better after she helped me put something in perspective just by having a conversation with me, utilizing some of her strategies. So I tell you, you know, can't put an article up top, or I can't put an article confirming that, but I can say it helped me dramatically. So shout out to Diana, shout out to Catherine, shout out to Chat, shout out to Danielle, and everybody else in the room that I don't know. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys at Chatter, and I'll see you guys at the next room we do. Everybody stay safe, and all you beautiful women that have children, happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you. Happy Mother's Day, and happy Mother's Day to your mama. And for any of you who you know, moms has passed on, you know, same thing goes to that, you know, with the memories that you have. I lost my dad last year, so you know, I know that could be. But shout out to everybody, all the mothers. Everybody have a blessed day. I appreciate you guys, and you guys watch this. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I don't love my.
Love you too, Jerry. Thank you.
I don't love my haters. Go ahead, Rod.
I'm sure I'm catching a lot of smoke for this, but I got the email to do the chatter thing, but it's specifically designed for iOS. So anything coming down the pipe for
yes, it's in the mix, brother. You're gonna be happy. It's in the mix. Appreciate it. I appreciate you too, my brother. When you get there, I'm gonna help open some doors up and show it to you. And shout out to AJ too. AJ, the guy that was saying Nelson needs to be deported.
What?
Jerry, he says that to me, so he deserves it also.
Hey, y'all gonna have fun at Chatter. Thank you for engaging with us, Bobby. Appreciate your insight, everything you was doing, Mr. Bobby. Thank you, Carlos. And shout out to you, Sweet. I remember you back in the day, Sweet. We used to bang a little bit. Now we allies, Sweet. You see how we do that, Sweet?
That's how we do it. You know LA is. It seems a little rough at first, but you stay in the conversation, stay in the ring, and you shake hands when it's over with.
You took me.
I'm gonna see you over there.
Amazing. Another incredible million-man marathon, touching on all the sensitive topics, hearing Dr. Copeland get angry like a little old bitch.
So he's a troll? Oh, he's a big troll.
Hello? Who runs the world, Royal?
How do you jump into the conversation?
Disrespect.
Yo, fuck you.
Don't disrespect me.
هذا كاس.
اظن مو حمام يخرب بيتك احترام البشر.
اسمع يخرب بيتنا انت اسكت من انت. روميو قلبي. احترم نفسك يا اخي. اوكي ما تقول كده. انا بحبك وبحترمك لكن
انا بحبك واحترمك عراسي والله ما احطك
يا اخي.
حبيبي يا نكران. نظر اسنانك كما بدك اياه.
Какой номер на Евровидении? Тебя не слышно.
Номер 6.
Нет, у Захара как-то номер.
Номер 6.
А там Америка есть? Да. Она вдруг в Израиле.
А какой номер?
6. Америка 6.
Так. Аркадий, вот возьмут, придумают новый футбольный мяч. Будет он такой же, как этот, как баскетбольный бывает. Представляешь, как футбол сразу поменяет?
Ага, я не видел новый баскетбольный мяч. И на что он похож? Вы его же на принтере напечатали.
Да?
Дырочки, без камеры внутри.
Без этого?
Да. Он как друшман.
На что тогда? Представляешь, себе без ниппеля будет, на что обычно ставят футболисты на эту дырочку уже мяч, когда бьют. На что же они теперь будут ставить?
А они как гольчик узнают, фифу ставят, а это фифу будут мячик ставить. А вместо крутки применяют.
Форму берут у волейболисток и на футболистов наденут. В такой форме будут выступать. Вот будет. Адидас столько денег прозрет, надо срочно продавать акции Адидаса. Тогда будет. Жестом на официальный мячи. Во, наконец-то, блин. Тетки уже переоделись, помылись, скорее всего, даже. И теперь готовы обсуждать.
Слушай, а интересно, у них в раздевалке.
Так, кто голосует? Осталось 10 секунд, закрываем голосование.
Давайте поднажимаем. Я еще пока успеваю. Нормально.
Я считаю тебя. 3, 2, 1. Бум.
Так. А я тебе сейчас скажу, прекратят или нет мои голоса?
Давай,
Все,
продолжай.
voting is now closed. Сейчас все скрины отправлю как просто подряд.
Let's open sesame and meet all of our incredible performance in the green room. Here they are.
В телевизоре показывают. Сейчас открывается, все там сидят.
Будут еще включить мне звук или пока еще рано на них?
А ты знаешь, там уже по первому? Австрийцы продолжают голосовать.
You at home choosing tonight's finalists.
Юля, не надо звук. Юля, ты на магнитофон записываешь?
Вон израильские флажки наши висят. Damn, they kicked me from the room. What's her face must have told them that I was recording. A little paranoid, don't you think? Okay, logician, any comments, questions, ideas, concerns about millions of lies in the Hypnosis Communication House?
Lead to other, serious conditions. It would be nice if they get together, put some rooms together, and say from our expertise or from our 10-year journey, 15-year journey, we've seen these things happen to people. So we put our heads together and we start thinking about some things that we know could help avoid these from happening.
Jerry,
So we're going to. What?
on that note, I wanted to add something when you completed your thought.
Right. So, just imagine they did some rooms like that. That would be dope if they had some rooms like that. That would be, and we respect them more. Like, why are you guys not? When COVID was here, why don't we have commercials that talk about how bad the vaccine is? I'm sorry, not the vaccine, but how bad McDonald's is. Why don't we have commercials saying about, like, they should be brainwashing us and trying to get us healthy.
Right. Why not compare those people that have not gotten vaccinated yet? There's enough of them to those that have gotten vaccinated. We can put these studies together now, Jerry. There's some that you can study the DNA of the individuals that have not gotten vaccinated, that went in the store, right?
Yeah, but I didn't mean to cut you off. It's just because I just had another part to that. But you're right, though. But so Joe B said they're afraid of malpractice
I didn't read.
Okay, we're gonna do an audio hypnosis called Book of Lies.
Babes of the Abyss, Imprimatur, N, Freighter A.A. Liber 333, the Book of Lies, which is also falsely called Breaks, the wanderings or falsifications of the one thought of Freighter Perdurabo, which thought is itself untrue. Break, break, break at the foot of thy stones, O sea. I would that I could utter the thoughts that arise in me. Question mark. Exclamation point. Chapter 0. The chapter that is not a chapter. Oh, the anti-primal triad which is not God. Nothing is, nothing becomes, nothing is not. The first triad which is God. I am. I utter the word. I hear the word. The abyss. The word is broken up. There is knowledge. Knowledge is relation. These fragments are creation. The broken manifests light. The second triad, which is God. God the Father and Mother is concealed in generation. God is concealed in the whirling energy of nature. God is manifest in gathering, harmony, consideration, the mirror of the sun and of the heart. The third triad, bearing, preparing, wavering, flowing, flashing, stability, begetting. The 10th emanation, the world. Chapter 1, the Sabbath of the Goat. O, the heart of Nox, the night of Pan. Pan, duality, energy, death. Death, begetting, the supporters of O. To beget is to die. To die is to beget. Cast the seed into the field of night. Life and death are two names of A. Kill thyself. Neither of these alone is enough. Chapter 2. The Cry of the Hawk. Hor hath a secret fourfold name. It is, do what thou wilt. 4 words, not one, many, all. Thou child, thy name is holy, thy kingdom is come, thy will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood. Bring us through temptation, deliver us from good and evil. That mine as thine be the crown of the kingdom, even now. Abrahadabra. These 10 words are for the name of the one. Chapter 3, the oyster. The brothers of AA are one with the mother of the child. The many is as adorable to the one as the one is to the many. This is the love of these. Creation, parturition, is the bliss of the one. Coition, dissolution, is the bliss of the many. The all, thus interwoven of these, is bliss. Naught is beyond bliss. The man delights in uniting with the woman. The woman in parting from the child. The brothers of AA are women. The aspirants to AA are men. Chapter 4, Peaches. Soft and hollow, how thou dost overcome the hard and full. It dies, it gives itself. To thee is the fruit. Be thou the bride, thou shalt be the mother hereafter. To all impressions thus, let them not overcome thee, yet let them breed within thee. The least of the impressions, come to its perfection, is Pan. Receive 1,000 lovers, thou shalt bear but one child. This child shall be the heir of Fate the Father. Chapter 5, The Battle of the Ants. That is not which is. The only word is silence. The only meaning of that word is not. Thoughts are false. Fatherhood is unity disguised as duality. Peace implies war. Power implies war. Harmony implies war. Victory implies war. Glory implies war. Foundation implies war. Alas for the kingdom wherein all these are at war. Chapter 6, Caviar. The word was uttered. The one exploded into 1,000 million worlds. Each world contained 1,000 million spheres. Each sphere contained 1,000 million planets. Each planet contained 1,000 million stars. Each star contained a many thousand million things. Of these the reasoner took 6, and, preening, said, This is the one and the all. These 6 the adept harmonized, and said, This is the heart of the one and the all. These 6 were destroyed by the master of the temple, and he spake not. The ash thereof was burnt up by the magus into the word. Of all this did the Ipsissimus know nothing. Chapter 7, The Dinosaurs. None are they whose number is 6, else were they 6 indeed. 7 are these 6 that live not in the city of the pyramids, under the night of Pan. There was Lao Tzu, there was Siddhartha, there was Krishna, there was Tahuti, there was Moshe, there was Dionysus, there was Mahmud. But the 7th men called Perdurabo, for enduring unto the end, at the end, was not to endure. Amen. Chapter 8, Steeped Horsehair. Mind is a disease of semen. All that a man is or may be is hidden therein. Bodily functions are parts of the machine, silent unless in disease. But mind, never at ease, creaketh I. This I persisteth not, posteth not through generations, changeth momently, finally is dead. Therefore is man only himself, when lost to himself in the charioting. Chapter 9, The Brinks. Being is the noun, form is the adjective, matter is the noun, motion is the verb. Wherefore hath being clothed itself with form? Wherefore hath matter manifested itself in motion? Answer not, O silent one, for there is no wherefore, no because. The name of that is not known. The pronoun interprets, that is, misinterprets it. Time and space are adverbs. Duality begat the conjunction. The conditioned is father of the preposition. The article also marketh division, but the interjection is the sound that endeth in silence. Destroy thereof the 8 parts of speech. The ninth is nigh unto truth. This also must be destroyed before thou enterest into the silence. Chapter 10. Whittle Straws. The abyss of hallucination has law and reason, but in truth there is no bond between the toys of the gods. This reason and law is the bond of the great lie. Truth, 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 crieth the Lord of the abyss of hallucinations. There is no silence in that abyss, for all that men call silence is its speech. The abyss is also called hell, and the many. Its name is consciousness and the universe among men. But that which neither is silent nor speaks rejoices therein. Chapter 11. The Glowworm. Concerning the holy three and naught, knew it, had it, Rahur Kuit, are only to be understood by the master of the temple. They are above the abyss, and contain all contradiction in themselves. Below them is a seeming duality of chaos and Babylon. These are called father and mother, but it is not so. They are called brother and sister, but it is not so. They are called husband and wife, but it is not so. The reflection of all is Pan. The night of Pan is the annihilation of the all. Cast down through the abyss is the light, the rosy cross, the rapture of union that destroys. That is the way. The rosy cross is the ambassador of Pan. How infinite is the distance from this to that, yet all is here and now, nor is there any there or then, for all that is, what is it, but a manifestation, that is a part, that is a falsehood, of that which is not. Yet that which is not neither is nor is not that which is. Identity is perfect, therefore the law of identity is but a lie. For there is no subject, and there is no predicate, nor is there the contradictory of either of these things. Holy, holy, holy are these truths that I utter, knowing them to be but falsehoods. Broken mirrors, troubled waters, hide me, O Our Lady, in thy womb, for I may not endure the rapture. In this utterance of falsehood upon falsehood, whose contradictories are also false, it seems as if that which I uttered not were true. Blessed, unutterably blessed, is the last of the illusions. Let me play the man and thrust it from me. Amen. Chapter 12. The Dragonflies. I-O is the cry of the lower, as O-I of the higher. In figures they are 1001. In letters they are joy. For when all is equilibrated, when all is beheld from without all, there is joy, joy, joy that is but one facet of a diamond. Every other facet whereof is more joyful than joy itself. Chapter 13. Pilgrim Talk. O thou that settest upon the path, false is the phantom that thou seeketh. When thou hast it, thou shalt know all bitterness, thy teeth fixed in the Sodom apple. Thus hast thou been lured along that path, whose terror else had driven thee far away. O thou that strideth upon the middle of the path, no phantoms mock thee, for the stride's sake thou stridest. Thus art thou lured along that path, whose fascination else had driven thee far away. O thou that drawest toward the end of the path, effort is no more. Faster and faster dost thou fall. Thy weariness is changed into ineffable rest. For there is no thou upon that path, 14. Onion peelings. The universe is the practical joke of the general at the expense of the particular. Quoth Frater Perdurabo, and laughed. But those disciples nearest to him wept, seeing the universal sorrow. Those next to them laughed, seeing the universal joke. Below these certain disciples wept, then certain laughed. Others next wept. Others next laughed. Next others wept. Next others laughed. Last came those that wept, because they could not see the joke. And those that laughed, lest they should be thought not to see the joke, and thought it safe to act like Frater Perdurabo. But though Frater Perdurabo laughed openly, he also at the same time wept secretly. And in himself he neither laughed nor wept, nor did he mean what he said. Chapter 15. The Gun Barrel. Mighty and erect is this will of mine, this pyramid of fire whose summit is lost in heaven. Upon it have I burned the corpse of my desire. Mighty and erect is this phallus of my will. The seed thereof is that which I have borne within me from eternity, and it is lost within the body of Our Lady of the Stars. I am not I am but a hollow tube to bring down fire from heaven. Mighty and marvelous is this weakness, this heaven which draweth me into her womb, this dome which hideth, which absorbeth me. This is the night wherein I am lost, the love through which I am no longer I. Chapter 16. The Stag Beetle. Death implies change and individuality. If thou be that which hath no person, which is beyond the changing, even beyond changelessness, what hast thou to do with death? The bird of individuality is ecstasy, so also is its death. In love the individuality is slain. Who loves not love? Love death therefore, and long eagerly for it. Die daily. Chapter 17. The Swan. There is a swan whose name is ecstasy. It wingeth from the deserts of the north. It wingeth through the blue. It wingeth over the fields of rice. At its coming they push forth the green. In all the universe this swan alone is motionless. It seems to move, as the sun seems to move. Such is the weakness of our sight. O fool, criest thou. Amen. Motion is relative. There is nothing that is still. Against this swan I shot an arrow. The white breast poured forth blood. Men smote me. Then, perceiving that I was but a pure fool, they let me pass. Thus, and not otherwise, I came to the temple of the Grail. Chapter 18. Dewdrops. Verily, love is death, and death is life to come. Man returneth not again, the stream floweth not uphill. The old life is no more. There is a new life that is not his. Yet that life is of his very essence. It is more he than all that he calls he. In the silence of a dewdrop is every tendency of his soul and of his mind and of his body. It is the quintessence and the elixir of his being. Therein are the forces that made him, and his father and his father's father before him. This is the dew of immortality. Let this go free, even as it will. Thou art not its master, but the vehicle of it. Chapter 19. The Leopard and the Deer. The spotted steps of the leopard are the sunlight in the glade. Pursue thou the deer stealthily at thy pleasure. The dappling of the deer is the sunlight in the glade. Concealed from the leopard, do thou feed at thy pleasure. Resemble all that surroundeth thee, yet be thyself, and take thy pleasure among the living. This is that which is written, lurk, in the book of the law. Chapter 20. Samson. The universe is in equilibrium. Therefore he that is without it, though his force be but a feather, can overturn the universe. Be not caught within that web, O child of freedom. Be not entangled in the universal lie, O child of truth. Chapter 21. The Blind Webster. It is not necessary to understand. It is enough to adore. The God may be of clay. Adore him. He becomes God. We ignore what created us. We adore what we create. Let us create nothing but God. That which causes us to create is our true father and mother. We create in our own image, which is theirs. Let us create, therefore, without fear. For we can create nothing that is not God. Chapter 22. The Despot. The waiters of the best eating houses mock the whole world. They estimate every client at his proper value. This I know certainly, because they always treat me with profound respect. Thus they have flattered me into praising them thus publicly. Yet it is true, and they have this insight because they serve, and because they can have no personal interest in the affairs of those whom they serve. An absolute monarch would be absolutely wise and good. But no man is strong enough to have no interest. Therefore, the best king would be pure chance. It is pure chance that rules the universe. Therefore, and only therefore, life is good. Chapter 23. Skidoo. What man is at ease in his inn? Get out. Wide is the world and cold. Get out. Thou hast become an initiate. Get out. But thou canst not get out by the way thou camest in. The way out is the way. Get out, for out is love and wisdom and power. Get out. If thou hast tea already, first get you tea, then get O, and so at last get out. Chapter 24. The Hawk and the Blind Worm. This book would translate beyond reason into the words of reason. Explain thou snow to them of Andaman. The slaves of reason call this book abuse of language. They are right. Language was made for men to eat and drink, make love, do barter, die. The wealth of a language consists in its abstracts. The poorest tongues have wealth of concretes. Therefore have adepts praised silence. At least it does not mislead as speech does. Also, speech is a symptom of thought. Yet silence is but the negative side of truth. The positive side is beyond even silence.
Nevertheless, one true God crieth, Hallelujah, and the laughter of the death rattle is akin. Next one's called Star Ruby.
Chapter 25. The Star Ruby. Facing east, in the center, draw deep thy breath, closing thy mouth with thy right forefinger pressed against thy lower lip.
Then dashing down
the hand with a great sweep back and out, expelling forcibly thy breath, cry, Apo Pantos Kakodemonos. With the same say, Soy, thy member, and say, O Phale, thy right shoulder, and say, Iskoros, thy left shoulder, and say, Eucharistos. Then clasp thine hands, locking the fingers, and cry, I-A-O. Advance to the east. Imagine strongly a pentagram, a right in thy forehead. Drawing the hands to the eyes, fling it forth, making the sign of Horus, and roar, Chaos!
Chaos!
Retire thine hand in the sign of Hor-Pa-Krat. Go round to the north and repeat, but scream, Babylon. Go round to the west and repeat, but say, Eros. Go round to the south and repeat, but bellow, Psyche. Completing the circle Widdershins, retire to the center, and raise thy voice in the Paean with these words, Iopan, with the sign of Nox. Extend the arms in the form of a tau, and say, low but clear, Promo Iungus, Opisomo Teletarchi, Epidexia Sinoches, Eparistera Demones, Flagei, Gar Perimo Ho Aster Ton Pinte, Kai in the still Ho Aster Ton Hex, Est Key. Repeat the cross Kabbalistic as above, and end as thou didst begin. Chapter 26. The Elephant and the Tortoise. The absolute and the condition together make the one absolute. The second, who is the fourth, the demiurge, whom all nations of men call the first, is a lie grafted upon a lie multiplied by a lie. Fourfold is he, the elephant upon whom the universe is poised, but the carapace of the tortoise supports and covers all. This tortoise is sixfold, the holy hexagram. These 6 and 4 are 10. 10, the one manifested that returns to the not unmanifest. The Almighty, the All-Ruler, the All-Knower, the All-Father, adored by all men and by me abhorred. Be thou accursed, be thou abolished, be thou annihilated. Amen.
Amen.
Chapter 27. The Sorcerer. A sorcerer, by the power of his magic, had subdued all things to himself. Would he travel? He could fly through space more swiftly than the stars. Would he eat, drink, and take his pleasure? There was none that did not instantly obey his bidding. In the whole system of 10 million times 10 million spheres, upon the 22 million planes, he had his desire. And with all this, he was but himself, alas. Chapter 28. The Pole Star. Love is all virtue, since the pleasure of love is but love, and the pain of love is but love. Love taketh no heed of that which is not, and of that which is. Absence exalteth love, and presence exalteth love. Love moveth from height to height of ecstasy, and faileth never. The wings of love droop not with time, nor slacken for life or for death. Love destroyeth self, uniting self with that which is not self, so that love breedeth all and none in one. Is it not so? No? then thou art not lost in love. Speak not of love. Love always yieldeth. Love always hardeneth. Maybe I write it, but to write her name. Chapter 29, The Southern Cross. Love, I love you. Night, night, cover us. Thou art night, O my love, and there are no stars but thine eyes. Dark night, sweet night, so warm and yet so fresh, so scented, yet so holy. Cover me, cover me. Let me be no more. Let me be thine. Let me be thou. Let me be neither thou nor I. Let there be love and night in love. N-O-X, the night of Pan, and Layla, the night before his threshold. Chapter 30, Jhana Dreams. Dreams are imperfections of sleep. Even so is consciousness the imperfection of waking. Dreams are impurities in the circulation of the blood. Even so is consciousness a disorder of life. Dreams are without proportion, without good sense, without truth. So also is consciousness. Awake from dream, the truth is known. Awake from waking, the truth is the unknown. Chapter 31, The Garret. It moves from motion into rest, and rests from rest into motion. These it does alway, for time is not. So that it does neither of these things. It does that one thing which we must express by two things, neither of which possesses any rational meaning. Yet its doing, which is no doing, is simple and yet complex, is neither free nor necessary. For all these ideas express relation, and it, comprehending all relation in its simplicity, is out of all relation, even with itself. All this is true and false, and it is true and false to say that it is true and false. Strain forth thy intelligence, O man, O worthy one, O chosen of it, to apprehend the discourse of the Master. For thus thy reason shall at last break down, as the fetter is struck from the slave's throat. Chapter 32, The Mountaineer. Consciousness is a symptom of disease. All that moves well, moves without will. All skillfulness, all strain, all intention is contrary to ease. Practice 1,000 times, and it becomes difficult. 1,000, and it becomes easy. 1,000 times 1,000, and it is no longer thou that doeth it, but it that doeth itself through thee. Nor until then is that which is done well done. Thus spoke Frater Perdurabo, as he leapt from rock to rock of the moraine, without ever casting his eyes upon the ground. Chapter 33, Baphomet. A black two-headed eagle is God, even a black triangle is he. In his claw he beareth a sword, yea, a sharp sword is held therein. This eagle was burnt up in the great fire, yet not a feather is scorched. This eagle was swallowed up in the great sea, yet not a feather is wetted. So flieth he in the air, and lighteth upon the earth at his pleasure. So spake Iacobus Burgundus Molensis, the Grand Master of the Temple, and of the god that is ass-headed did he dare not speak. Chapter 34, The Smoking Dog. Each act of man is the twist and double of an hare. Love and death are the greyhounds that course him. God bred the hounds and taketh his pleasure in the sport. This is the comedy of Pan, that man should think he hunteth, while those hounds hunt him. This is the tragedy of man, when facing love and death he turns to bay. He is no more hare, but boar. There are no other comedies or tragedies. Cease then to be the mockery of God. In savagery of love and death, live thou and die. Thus shall his laughter be thrilled through with ecstasy. Chapter 35. Venus of Milo. Life is as ugly and necessary as the female body. Death is as beautiful and necessary as the male body. The soul is beyond male and female, as it is beyond life and death. Even as the lingam and the yoni are but diverse developments of one organ, so also are life and death but two phases of one state. So also the absolute and the conditioned are but forms of that. What do I love? There is no form, no being, to which I do not give myself wholly up. Take me who will. Chapter 36. The Star Sapphire. Let the adept be armed with his magic rood, and provide him with his mystic rose. In the center, let him give the LVX signs. Or, if he know them, if he will and dare do them, and can keep silent about them, the signs of NOX, being the signs of puer, vir, puella, mulier. Omit the sign IR. Then let him advance to the east, and make the holy hexagram, saying, Pater et Mater, unus Deus ararita. Let him go round to the south, make the holy hexagram, and say, Mater et Filius, unus Deus ararita. Let him go round to the west, make the holy hexagram, and say, Filius et Filia, unus Deus ararita. Let him go round to the north, make the holy hexagram, and then say, Filia et Pater unus Deus ararita. Let him then return to the center, and so to the center of all, making the rosy cross, as he may know how, saying, Ararita, Ararita, Ararita. In this the sign shall be those of Set triumphant, and of Baphomet. Also shall Set appear in the circle. Let him drink of the sacrament, and let him communicate the same. Then let him say, Omnia in duos, duo in unum, unus in nihil. Haec nec quator, nec omnia, nec duo, nec unus, nec nihil sunt. Gloria Patri et Matri et Filio et Filiae et Spiritui Sancto. Externo et Spiritui Sancto. Interno ut erat in saecula, saeculorum sex in uno per nomen septum, in uno erarita. Let him then repeat the signs of LVX, but not the signs of NOX, for it is not he that shall arise in the sign of Isis rejoicing. Chapter 37. Dragons. Thought is the shadow of the eclipse of Luna. Samadhi is the shadow of the eclipse of Soul. The moon and the earth are the non-ego and the ego. The sun is that. Both eclipses are darkness. Both are exceedingly rare. The universe itself is light. Chapter 38. Lambskin. Cowan skidoo, tile, Swear to Hile all. This is the mystery. Life. Mind is the traitor. Slay mind. Let the corpse of mind lie unburied on the edge of the great sea. Death. This is the mystery. Tile. Cowan Skidoo. Chapter 39. The Luby. Only Lubies find excellence in these words. It is unthinkable that A is not A. To reverse this is but to revert to the normal. Yet by forcing the brain to accept propositions, of which one set is absurdity, the other truism, a new function of brain is established. Vague and mysterious and all indefinite are the contents of this new consciousness. Yet they are somehow vital. By use, they become luminous. Unreason becomes experience. This lifts the leaden-footed soul of the experience of that, of which reason is the blasphemy. But without the experience, these words are the lies of a Luby. Yet a Luby to thee, and a booby to me, a Balacius Ruby to God may be. Chapter 40. The Hymog. A red rose absorbs all colors but red. Red is therefore the one color that is not. This law, reason, time, space, all limitation blinds us to the truth. All that we know of man, nature, God, is just that which they are not. It is that which they throw off as repugnant. The Hymog is only visible insofar as he is imperfect. Then are they all glorious who seem not to be glorious, as the Hymog is all glorious within? It may be so. How then distinguish the inglorious and perfect Hymog from the inglorious man of earth? Distinguish not, but thyself extinguish. Hymog thou art, and Hymog shall thou be. Chapter 41. Corned beef hash. In VVVVV is the great work perfect. Therefore, none is that pertaineth not to VVVVV. In any may he manifest, yet in one hath he chosen to manifest, and this one hath given his ring as a seal of authority to the work of the AA, through the colleagues of Frater Per Durabo. But this concerns themselves and their administration. It concerneth none below the grade of exempt adept, and such an one only by command. Also, since below the abyss reason is Lord, let men seek by experiment, and not by questionings. Chapter 42. Dust Devils. In the wind of the mind arises the turbulence called I. It breaks. Down shower the barren thoughts. All life is choked. This desert is the abyss, wherein is the universe. The stars are but thistles in that waste. Yet this desert is but one spot accursed in the world of bliss. Now and again travelers cross the desert. They come from the great sea, and to the great sea they go. As they go, they spill water. One day they will irrigate the desert till it flower. See, 5 footprints of a camel. VVVVV. Chapter 43. Mulberry Tops. Black blood upon the altar, and the rustle of angel wings above. Black blood of the sweet fruit, the bruised, the violated bloom, that setteth the wheel a-spinning in the spire. Death is the veil of life, and life of death, for both are gods. This is that which is written, a feast for life, and a greater feast for death, in the book of the law. The blood is the life of the individual. Offer then blood. Chapter 44. The Mass of the Phoenix. The magician, his breast bare, stands before an altar, on which are his burin, bell, thurible, and 2 of the cakes of light. In the sign of the Enterer he reaches west across the altar, and cries, Hail, Ra, that goest in thy bark, into the caverns of the dark. He gives the sign of silence, and takes the bell and fire in his hands. East of the altar see me stand, with light and music in mine hand. He strikes 11 times upon the bell. 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 3, 3, 3, and places the fire in the thurible. I strike the bell, I light the flame, I utter the mysterious name, Abrahadabra. He strikes 11 times upon the bell. Now I begin to pray, thou child, holy thy name and undefiled. Thy reign is come, thy will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood. Bring me through midnight to the sun. Save me from evil and from good. Take thy 1 crown of all the 10. Even now and here be mine. Amen. He puts the first cake in the fire of the thurible. I burn the incense cake, proclaim these adorations of thy name. He makes them as in Liber Legis, and strikes again 11 times upon the bell. With the burin, he then makes upon his breast the proper sign. Behold this bleeding breast of mine, gashed with the sacramental sign. He puts the second cake to the wound. I staunch the blood, the wafer soaks it up, and the high priest invokes. He eats the second cake. This bread I eat, this oath I swear, as I inflame myself with prayer. There is no grace, there is no guilt. This is the law. Do what thou wilt. He strikes 11 times upon the bell, and cries, Abrahadabra. I entereth in with woe and mirth, and now go forth and with thanksgiving, to do my pleasure on the earth, among the legions of the living. He goeth forth. Chapter 45. Chinese Music. Explain this happening. It must have a natural cause. It must have a supernatural cause. Let these 2 asses be set to grind corn. May, might, must, should, probably, may be, we may safely assume, ought, it is hardly questionable, almost certainly. Poor hacks, and let them be turned out to grass. Proof is only possible in mathematics, and mathematics is only a matter of arbitrary conventions. And yet doubt is a good servant, but a bad master. A perfect mistress, but a nagging wife. White is the lash of the overseer. White is black is the watchword of the slave. The master takes no heed. The Chinese cannot help thinking that the octave has 5 notes. The more necessary anything appears to my mind, the more certain it is that I only assert a limitation. I slept with faith and found a corpse in my arms on waking. I drank and danced all night with doubt, and found her a virgin in the morning. Chapter 46. Buttons and Rosettes. The cause of sorrow is the desire of the one to the many, or of the many to the one. This also is the cause of joy. But the desire of one to another is all of sorrow. Its birth is hunger, and its death satiety. The desire of the moth for the star at least saves him satiety. Hunger thou, O man, for the infinite. Be insatiable even for the finite. Thus, at the end, shalt thou devour the finite, and become the infinite. Be thou more greedy than the shark, more full of yearning than the wind among the pines. The weary pilgrim struggles on. The satiated pilgrim stops. The road winds uphill. All law, all nature must be overcome. Do this by virtue of that in thyself, before which law and nature are but shadows. Chapter 47. Windmill Words. Asana gets rid of anatomy consciousness. Pranayama gets rid of physiology consciousness. Involuntary breaks. Yama and Nayama get rid of ethical consciousness. Voluntary breaks. Pratyahara gets rid of the objective. Dharana gets rid of the subjective. Dhyana gets rid of the ego. Samadhi gets rid of the soul impersonal. Asana destroys the static body, nama. Pranayama destroys the dynamic body, rupa. Yama destroys the emotions. Niyama destroys the passions, vedana. Dharana destroys the perceptions, sana. Dhyana destroys the tendencies, sankhara. Samadhi destroys the consciousness, vinanam. Homard a la Thermidor destroys the digestion. The last of these facts is the one of which I am most certain. Chapter 38. Mome Wraths. The early bird catches the worm, and the 12-year-old prostitute attracts the ambassador. Neglect not the dawn meditation. The first plover's eggs fetch the highest prices. The flower of virginity is esteemed by the Pandar. Neglect not the dawn meditation. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. But late to watch and early to pray brings him across the abyss, they say. Neglect not the dawn meditation. Chapter 49. Warata Blossoms. 7 are the veils of the dancing girl, and the harem of it. 7 are the names, and 7 are the lamps beside her bed. 7 eunuchs guard her with drawn swords. No man may come nigh unto her. In her wine cup are 7 streams of the blood of the 7 spirits of God. 7 are the heads of the beast, whereupon she rides. The head of an angel, the head of a saint, the head of a poet, the head of an adulterous woman, the head of a man of valor, the head of a satyr, and the head of a lion serpent. 7 letters hath her holiest name, and it is. Narrator's note. Crowley here illustrates a seal of a 7-pointed star. Beginning from the westmost point, each point of the star contains a letter, spelling the name of Babylon. In the center of the star is the Greek symbol for Theta. Crosses extend from its western, northern, and eastern boundaries. To the left of the westmost cross is the number 77. To the left of the northmost cross is the number 7. To the right of the northmost cross is the number 7. To the right of the eastmost cross is the number 77. By itself, at the southernmost boundary of Theta, is the number 7. This is the seal upon the ring that is on the forefinger of it, and it is the seal upon the tombs of them whom she hath slain. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of Our Lady, for it is the number of a woman, and her number is 156. Chapter 50. The Vigil of St. Hubert. In the forest, God met the stag beetle. Hold, worship me, quoth God, for I am all great, all good, all wise. The stars are but sparks from the forges of my smiths. Yea, verily, and amen, said the stag beetle. All this do I believe, and that devoutly. Then why do you not worship me? Because I am real, and you are only imaginary. But the leaves of the forest rustled with the laughter of the wind. Said wind and wood, they neither of them know anything. deluxe recording is in the public domain. Chapter 51. Terrier Work. Doubt. Doubt thyself. Doubt even if thou doubtest thyself. Doubt all. Doubt even if thou doubtest all. It seems sometimes as if beneath all conscious doubt there lay some deepest certainty. Oh, kill it. Slay the snake. The horn of the doubt goat be exalted. Dive deeper, ever deeper, into the abyss of mind, until thou unearth the fox that. On hounds, yoinks, tally-ho, bring that to bay, then wind the mort. Chapter 52. The Bull Baiting. 411 books wrote I. In each did I expound the great work fully, from the beginning, even unto the end thereof. Then at last came certain men unto me, saying, O Master, expound thou the great work unto us, O Master. And I held my peace. O generation of gossipers, who shall deliver you from the wrath that is fallen upon you? O babblers, prattlers, talkers, loquacious ones, tattlers, chewers of the red rag that inflameth apiece the Redeemer to fury. Learn first what is work, and the great work is not so far beyond. Chapter 53. The Douser. Once round the meadow, brother does the hazel twig dip. Twice round the meadow, brother does the hazel twig dip. Thrice round the paddock, highly, lowly, wily, holy, dip, dip, dip. Then neighed the horse in the paddock, and lo, its wings. For whoso findeth the spring beneath the earth, maketh the treaders of earth to course the heavens. This spring is threefold, of water, but also of steel and of seasons. Also this paddock is the toad that hath the jewel between his eyes. Aum mani padmen hum. Keep us from evil. Chapter 54. Eavesdroppings. 45 apprentice masons out of work. 15 fellow craftsmen out of work. 3 master masons out of work. All these sat on their haunches, waiting the report of the sojourner, for the word was lost. This is the report of the sojourners. The word was love, and its number is 111. Then said each Amo, for its number is 111. Each took the trowel from his lap, whose number is 111. Each called moreover on the goddess Nina, for her number is 111. Yet with all this went the work awry, for the word of the law is Thelema. Chapter 55. The Drooping Sunflower. The one thought vanished. All my mind was torn to rags. Nay, my head was mashed into wood pulp, and thereon the daily newspaper was printed. Thus wrote I, since my one love was torn from me. I cannot work. I cannot think. I seek distraction here. I seek distraction there. But this is all my truth, that I who love have lost, and how may I regain? I must have money to get to America. O mage, sage, gauge thy wage, or in the page of thine age is written rage. O my darling, we should not have spent 90 pounds in that 3 weeks in Paris. Slash the brakes on thine arms with a pole-axe. Chapter 56. Trouble with Twins. Holy, 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 unto 555 times holy be Our Lady of the Stars. Holy, 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 unto 156 times holy be Our Lady that rideth upon the beast. Holy, 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 unto the number of times necessary and appropriate be Our Lady Isis in her millions of names, all mother, genetrix, meretrix. Yet holier than all these to me is Layla, night and death. For her do I blaspheme alike the finite and the infinite. So wrote not Frater Perdurabo, but the imp Crowley in his name. For forgery, let him suffer penal servitude for 7 years, or at least let him do pranayama all the way home. Home? Nay, but to the house of the harlot whom he loveth not. For it is Layla that he loveth, and yet who knoweth which is Crowley, and which is Frater Perdurabo? Chapter 57. The Duck-Billed Platypus. Dirt is matter in the wrong place. Thought is mind in the wrong place. Matter is mind, so thought is dirt. Thus argued he, the wise one, not mindful that all place is wrong. For not until the place is perfected by a T, saith he, placet. The rose uncrucified droppeth its petals. Without the rose, the cross is a dry stick. Worship then the rosy cross, and the mystery of 2 in 1. And worship him that swore by his holy T, that one should not be one, except in so far as it is 2. I am glad that Layla is afar. No doubt clouds love. Chapter 58. Haggai Howlings. Haggard am I, an hyena. I hunger and howl. Men think it laughter. Ha, ha, ha. There is nothing movable or immovable under the firmament of heaven, on which I may write the symbols of the secret of my soul. Yea, though I were lowered by ropes into the utmost caverns and vaults of eternity, there is no word to express even the first whisper of the initiator in mine ear. Yea, I abhor birth, ululating lamentations of night. Agony, agony, the light within me breathes veils, the song within be dumbness. God, in what prism may any man analyze my light? Immortal are the adepts, and yet they die. They die of shame unspeakable. They die as the gods die, for sorrow. Wilt thou endure unto the end, O Frater Perdurabo, O lamp in the abyss? Thou hast the keystone of the royal arch, yet the apprentices, instead of making bricks, put the straws in their hair and think they are Jesus Christ. O sublime tragedy and comedy of the great work. Chapter 59. The Tailless Monkey. There is no help but hodgepodge in the skies, when Asticus sees crabs and lobsters rise. Man that has spine and hopes of heaven to be, lacks the amoeba's immortality. What protoplasm gains in mobile mirth is loss of the stability of earth. Matter and sense and mind have had their day. Nature presents the bill, and all must pay. If, as I am not, I were free to choose, how Buddhahood would battle with the booze. My certainty that destiny is good rests on its picking me for Buddhahood. Were I a drunkard, I should think I had good evidence that fate was bloody bad. Chapter 60. The Wound of Amfortas. The self-mastery of Percival became the self-masturbatory of the bourgeois. Virtus has become virtue. The qualities which have made a man, a race, a city, a caste, must be thrown off. Death is the penalty of failure. As it is written, in the hour of success sacrifice that which is dearest to thee, unto the infernal gods. The English Englishman lives upon the excrement of his forefathers. All moral codes are worthless in themselves. Yet in every new code there is hope, provided always that the code is not changed because it is too hard, but because it is fulfilled. The dead dog floats with the stream. In Puritan France, the best women are harlots. In vicious England, the best women are virgins. If only the Archbishop of Canterbury were to go naked in the streets and beg his bread. The new Christ, like the old, is the friend of publicans and sinners, because his nature is ascetic. Oh, if every man did no matter what, provided that it is the one thing that he will not and cannot do. Chapter 61. The Fool's Knot. O fool, begetter of both I and not, resolve this knotty knot. O, I, this I and O, I-O, for I owe, I, to Nabonah's O. I pay, the dissolution of the house of God, for pay comes after O, after Ayin that triumphs over Aleph in Ein that is O. Opus, the work, the opening of the eye, thou naughty boy, thou openest the eye of Horus, to the blind eye that weeps. The upright one in thine uprightness rejoiceth. Death to all fishes. Chapter 62. Twig. The phoenix hath a bell for sound, fire for sight, a knife for touch, 2 cakes, one for taste, the other for smell. He standeth before the altar of the universe at sunset, when earth life fades. He summons the universe, and crowns it with magic light to replace the sun of natural light. He prays unto, and give homage to, Ra-Hor Kuit. To him he then sacrifices. The first cake burnt illustrates the prophet drawn from the scheme of incarnation. The second, mixed with his life's blood and eaten, illustrates the use of the lower life to feed the higher life. He then takes the oath and becomes free, unconditioned, the absolute, burning up in the flame of his prayer, and born again, the phoenix. Chapter 63. Marjorie Daw. I love Layla, I lack Layla. Where is the mystic grace, saith thou? Who told thee, man, that Layla is not knew it, and I had it? I destroyed all things, they are reborn in other shapes. I gave up all for one. This one hath given up its unity for all. I wrenched dog backwards to find God. Now God barks. Think me not fallen because I love Layla and lack Layla. I am the master of the universe. Then give me a heap of straw in a hut and Layla naked. Amen. Chapter 64. Constancy. I was discussing oysters with a crony. God sent me the angels, Den and Doni. And man of spunk they urged would hardly choose to breakfast every day chez Laperouse. No, I replied, he would not do so, but think of this woe if Laperouse were shut. I eat these oysters and I drink this wine solely to drown this misery of mine. Yet the last height of consolation's cold, its pinnacle, is not to be consoled. And though I sleep with Jane and Eleanor, I feel no better than I did before. And Julian only fixes in my mind, even before feels better than behind. Your mercurial spirits be so kind as to enable me to raise the wind. Put me in Layla's arms again, the accursed, leaving me that else how may do his worst. Doni and Den, perceiving me inspired, conceived their task was finished, they retired. I turned upon my friend and breaking bounds, 65. Sic Transiet. At last I lifted up mine eyes and beheld, and lo, the flames of violet were become as tendrils of smoke, as mist at sunset upon the marshlands. And in the midst of the moon pool of silver was the lily of white and gold. In this lily is all honey. In this lily that flowereth at the midnight. In this lily is all perfume. In this lily is all music. And it enfolded me. Thus the disciples that watched found a dead body kneeling at the altar. Amen. Chapter 66. The Praying Mantis. Say, God is one. This I obeyed. For 1,001 times a night, for 1,000 nights and one, did I affirm the unity. But night only means Layla, and unity and God are not worth even her blemishes. Allah is only 66, but Layla counteth up to 77. Yea, the night shall cover all. The night shall cover all. Chapter 67. Sodom Apples. I have brought pleasant trifles, and thus soothed my lack of Layla. Light is my wallet, and my heart is also light. And yet I know that the clouds will gather closer for the false clearing. The mirage will fade. Then will the desert be thirstier than before. O ye who dwell in the dark night of the soul, beware most of all of every herald of the dawn. O ye who dwell in the city of the pyramids, beneath the night of Pan, remember that ye shall see no more light, but that of the great fire that shall consume your dust to ashes. Chapter 68. Manna. At 4 o'clock there is hardly anybody in Rumpelmeyer's. I have my choice of place and service. The babble of the apes will begin soon enough. Pioneers, O pioneers, sat not Elijah under the juniper tree and wept? Was not Muhammad forsaken in Mecca, and Jesus in Gethsemane? These prophets were sad at heart, but the chocolate at Rumpelmeyer's is great, and the mousse noix is like Nephthys for perfection. Also, there are little meringues with cream and chestnut pulp, very velvety seductions. Sail I not towards Layla within 7 days? Be not sad at heart, O prophet. The babble of the apes will presently begin. Nay, rejoice exceedingly, for after all the babble of the apes, the silence of the night. Chapter 69. The way to succeed, and the way to suck eggs. This is the holy hexagram. Plunge from the height, O God, and interlock with man. Plunge from the height, O man, and interlock with beast. The red triangle is the descending tongue of grace. The blue triangle is the ascending tongue of prayer. This interchange, the double gift of tongues, the word of double power, abrahadabra, is the sign of the great work. For the great work is accomplished in silence. And behold, is not that word equal to Cheth, that is Cancer, whose sigil is 69. This work also eats up itself, accomplishes its own end, nourishes the worker, leaves no seed, is perfect in itself. Little children, love one another. Chapter 70. Broomstick Babblings. Frater Perdurabo is of the Sanhedrim of the Sabbath, say men. He is the old goat himself, say women. Therefore do all adore him. The more they detest him, the more do they adore him. Aye, let us offer the obscene kiss. Let us seek the mystery of the gnarled oak. and of the glacier torrent. To him let us offer up our babes. Around him let us dance in the mad moonlight. But Frater Perdurabo is nothing but an eye. What eye none knoweth. Skip witches, hop toads, take your pleasure. For the play of the universe is the pleasure of Frater Perdurabo. Chapter 71. King's College Chapel. For mind and body alike there is no purgative like pranayama. No purgative like pranayama. For mind, for mind and body alike, there is no purgative like pranayama. Yea, for mind and body alike, there is no purgative. For mind and body alike, no purgative, like pranayama. No purgative for mind and body alike, like pranayama, like prana, pranayama. Amen. Chapter 72. Hashed Pheasant. Shemhamfarash, all hail divided name, utter it once, O mortal over ash. The universe were swallowed up in flame, Shemhamfarash. Nor deem that thou amid the cosmic crash may find one thing of all those things the same. The world has gone to everlasting smash. No, if creation did possess an aim, it does not, it were only to make hash of that most high and that most holy game, Shemhamfarash. Chapter 73. The Devil, the Ostrich, and the Orphan Child. Death rides the camel of initiation. Thou humped and stiff-necked one that groanest in thine asana, death will relieve thee. Bite not, Zelator dear, but bide. 10 days didst thou go with water in thy belly. Thou shalt go 20 more, with a firebrand at thy rump. Aye, all thine aspiration is to death. Death is the crown of all thine aspiration. Triple is the cord of silver moonlight. It shall hang thee, O Holy One, O hanged man, O camel termination of the third person plural, for thy multiplicity, thou ghost of a non-ego. Could but thy mother behold thee, O thou Unt, the infinite snake Ananta that surroundeth the universe, is but the coffin worm. Chapter 74. Carey Street. When nothing became conscious, it made a bad bargain. This consciousness acquired individuality, a worse bargain. The hermit asked for love, worst bargain of all. And now he has let his girl go to America to have success in life. Blank loss. Is there no end to this immortal ache that haunts me sleeping or awake? If I had Layla, how could I forget time, age, and death, insufferable fret? Were I an hermit, how could I support the pain of consciousness, the curse of thought? Even were I that, there still were one sore spot, the abyss that stretches between that and not. Still the first step is not so far away. The Mauritania sails on Saturday. Chapter 75. Plover's Eggs. Spring beans and strawberries are in. Goodbye to the oyster. If I really knew what I wanted, I could give up Layla, or give up everything for Layla. But what I want varies from hour to hour. This wavering is the root of all compromise, and so of all good sense. With this gift a man can spend his 70 years in peace. Now is this well or ill? Emphasize gift, then man, then spend, then 70 years, and lastly, peace, and change the intonations. Each time reverse the meaning. I would show you how, but for the moment, I prefer to think of Layla. Chapter 66. Phaeton. No, yes, perhaps. Oh, hi. Why? No. Hail, all ye spavine, gelded, hamstrung horses. Ye shall surpass the planets in their courses. How? Not by speed, nor strength, nor power to stay, but by the silence that succeeds the neigh. Chapter 77. The sublime and supreme septenary, in its mature, magical manifestation through matter, as it is written, and He-Goat also. Layla. Chapter 78. Wheel and Woe. The great wheel of samsara, the wheel of the law, Dhamma, the wheel of the tarot, the wheel of the heavens, the wheel of life, whose swollen mask mutters an atheist prayer. What oath may stand the shock of this offense? There is no I, no joy, no permanence. Which moon of blood eternal ebb and flow, of baffled birth and death still lurks a change, and all the leopards in thy woods that range, and all the vampires in their bows that glow, brooding on bloodthirst, these are not so strange, and fierce as life's unfailing shower these die, yet time rebears them through eternity. Hear then the oath which moon of blood, dread moon, let all thy striges and thy ghouls attend. He that endureth even to the end hath sworn that love's own corpse shall lie at noon, even in the coffin of its hopes, and spend all the force won by its old woe and stress in now annihilating nothingness. This chapter is called Imperial Purple and a Punic War. Chapter 83. The Blind Pig. Many becomes two. 2, 1, 1, naught. What comes to naught? What? Shall the adept give up his hermit life, and go eating and drinking and making merry? Aye, shall he not do so? He knows that the many is naught, and having naught, enjoys that naught even in the enjoyment of the many. For when naught becomes absolute naught, it becomes again the many, and this many and this naught are identical. They are not correlatives or phases of some one deeper absence of idea. They are not aspects of some further light. They are they. Beware, O my brother, lest this chapter deceive thee. Chapter 84. The Avalanche. Only through devotion to Frater Perdurabo may this book be understood. How much more then should he devote himself to Iowas for the understanding of the holy book of Thelema? Yet must he labor underground eternally. The sun is not for him, nor the flowers, nor the voices of the birds, for he is passed beyond all these. Yea, verily, oft times he is weary. It is well that the weight of the karma of the infinite is with him. Therefore is he glad indeed, for he hath finished the work, and the reward concerneth him no whit. Chapter 85. Borborygmi. I distrust any thoughts uttered by any man whose health is not robust. All other thoughts are surely symptoms of disease. Yet these are often beautiful, and may be true within the circle of the conditions of the speaker. And yet again, do we not find that the most robust of men express no thoughts at all? They eat, drink, sleep, and copulate in silence. What better proof of the fact that all thought is dis-ease? We are Strasbourg geese. The tastiness of our talk comes from the disorder of our bodies. We like it. This only proves that our tastes also are depraved and debauched by our disease. Chapter 86. Tat. Ex nihilo. N-I-H-I-L. Feet. In. The fire that twisteth itself and burneth like a scorpion. I. The unsullied, ever-flowing water. H. The interpenetrating spirit, without and within. Is not its name abrahadabra? I. The unsullied, ever-flowing air. L. The green, fertile earth. Fierce are the fires of the universe, and on their daggers they hold aloft the bleeding heart of earth. Upon the earth lies water, sensuous and sleepy. Above the water hangs air, and above air, but also below fire, and in all, the fabric of all being woven on its invisible design is aether. Chapter 87. Mandarin Meals. There is a dish of shark's fin and of sea slug, well set in birds' nests, Also there is a souffle most exquisite of chow chow. These did I devise, but I have never tasted anything to match thee. Narrator's note. Crowley here illustrates a symbol, consisting of a vertical Ouroboros superimposed over an inverted cross, with two vertical bars, one to the left and one to the right of the central intersection, which she gave me before she went away. March 22nd, 1912, EV. Chapter 88. Gold Bricks. Teach us your secret, master, yap my yahoos. Then for the hardness of their hearts and for the softness of their heads, I taught them magic. But, alas, teach us your real secret, master, how to become invisible, how to acquire love, and beyond all, how to make gold. But how much gold will you give me for the secret of infinite riches? Then said the foremost and most foolish, Master, it is nothing, but here is 100,000 pounds. This did I deign to accept, and whispered in his ear this secret. A sucker is born every minute. Chapter 89. Unprofessional Conduct. I am annoyed about the number 89. I shall avenge myself by writing nothing in this chapter. That, too, is wise. For since I am annoyed, I could not write even a reasonably decent lie. Chapter 90. Starlight. Behold, I have lived many years, and I have traveled in every land that is under the dominion of the sun, and I have sailed the seas from pole to pole. Now do I lift up my voice and testify that all is vanity on earth, except the love of a good woman, and that good woman, Layla. And I testify that in heaven all is vanity, for I have journeyed oft and sojourned oft in every heaven, except the love of our Lady Babylon. And I testify that beyond heaven and earth is the love of our Lady Nuit. And seeing that I am old and well stricken in years, and that my natural forces fail, therefore do I rise up in my throne and call upon the end. For I am youth eternal and force infinite, and at the end is she that was Layla and Babylon and Nuit being. Chapter 91. The Heikel. A-M-E-N. End of The Book of Lies by Aleister Crowley.
North Africa region and to the Middle East.
Assalamu alaikum. I came to join Islam, Habibi, Habibdi.
I swear to God, let me tell you something right now. If I find out Egyptian and you're telling me this, I'm gonna rape your country again.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna destroy that country again. It's not hard. Now you can speak amongst yourselves. You know, you're all. I mean,
Assalamu alaikum, free Palestine.
Hi, how are you?
Stop the genocide.
Where are you from?
I'm gonna try to have Senegalese with Mali descent.
Now let me saw.
That's where I'm from.
I don't like you.
I'm Senegalese. Why? What does it matter? Oh, Moroccan descent too. My bad. I forgot.
I'm from Turkey. What did you fucking say, guys?
Who did that while she said where she was from?
I'm from Turkey, but okay, stay. Oğlum gel lan burada Türkçe laf söyle.
Turkish. Rus bulsun. Kızım Türkiye. Bak my viewers. Kızım Türkiye. Kızım Atatürk. Kızım Erdoğan. Fucking old Turkish, you bloody motherfucker. Bitches, all motherfuckers that I come to your country and I fucking girls every day, you bloody motherfucker. Yeah, I come to your country and I fucking hold girls. I pay money just to let you fucking Turkish bitches suck my fucking dick. Shut your bitch ass up, you fucking bloody bastard. Yeah. I come to Taksim, you know Taksim Street. I come to Taksim Street, I pick your girls, man. I wanna fuck them in the hotels. Shut your bitch ass up, you Turkey bloody bastard. Sen ne konuşuyorsun lan? Yürü, amına kodumun. Şarmuta amına kodum. Kusumma kabul gelme Türkiye. Kusumma kahve. Right, John is such a bad ass. Bro, like you speak your fucking broken English, black hood shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yo, we got like the Turkish, man. We got like some Erdogan shit here, like Johnny, man. Like we gotta deal with the Turks, man. Yeah, that's true, man. There are a lot of gays as well. I heard that Iran fucked them up. Oh my god. Allah
Orospu çocukları, it oldu oradan git. Sen de orospu çocukları. Yanında
PKK fucked them up. Kurdistan fucked you up, right? Kurdistan fucked you up, right?
What language is y'all fucking good this.
Nereden Sweden?
You fucking
Turkish people,
bullshit.
nereden Sweden to the Turkish people. You know that
You go back to Somalia, go back to Ethiopia, go back to Algeria, go back to Algeria, go back to Algeria, Allah, so bad, man. You live in the country on a boat, Allah, fucking us up. Fucking nigga, everybody got one nigga.
I'm gonna hear what they
Shut up, Timmy, and nigga. You are fucking nigga. You women are made in my country, nigga. You women are made in my country, nigga. Like, we fuck you, we fuck you bad, nigga. You come and wash our cars, nigga. Shut up, Timmy, and something black bastard, nigga. You fucking... Shut up, you fucking cutter. You fucking African lady, nigga. I'll tell you, you're eating. Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Shut your crazy ass God, nigga. Shut up.
I'll take your bitch.
This guy is lifeless.
I'll take your bitch.
She gotta be fucked up somewhere, man. She's fucking stupid, bro. You sick this bitch, man. I couldn't pay for her 200 lira, bro. Like that. She can suck my balls, bro.
I'ma have your bitch eat
my balls. I tried to boxing, I even texting, shit. Damn, bro. I fuck your mom. Oh my god, you're so cheap there, bro. Like, I got there to Turkey, bro. Like, they've been throwing that magic on me, bro. Like, all those shits, bro. This is because I came with my money, nigga. I came with my money. Şimdi ben seni ananın avına
Senin ananın amına yollayacak. Bekle sen. I love Türkiye.
I love you.
Turkey. Turkey.
What's going on with the girl? What's going on with the girl talking? What's up?